Welcome, everybody. We are playing Harrow the Blighted Plain tonight. We last episode we had a long VTT session where there was kind of a ship combat thing, and we are free of the chase at this point. Before we get into there, let me tell you a few things we're doing. We're going to be doing another charity stream for Charity TTRPGs, a Magnus Archives stream. It is posted to Charity TTRPG's Discord if you want to go check it out. If you want, you can put your name in, see, and I'll start collecting the people for it over the next few days. Set up a session 0, we'll be able to move forward, and then soon you'll start hearing our posts about something called Paper Bag, which is our role-playing game show that is coming very soon. We're going to do a very quiet little secret test on Twitch. I'm not going to tell anyone when it is because I don't want that kind of pressure for the first test run. But after that, I will tell everybody about it, assuming things go well. We'll be doing that with Diversity Saves and raising money for, you can raise money for so many problems right now. It's just an unlimited number of problems that we're all trying to fight. So let's do what we can. Let me bring everybody in here and let's get this thing started. All right. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a couple weeks. Why don't we let everyone go around and say who they are, where they can be found, and all that. Why don't we start with Malcolm this week?
Hello, friends out there on the water sands. I am Alex Newman, and I play Malcolm Keel, a Hisk from the Armada who wields a blighted weapon. Um, since we last left our heroes, I was down in Philadelphia in January, a sentence I never thought I would utter. But I was at the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo, and it was amazing. I really recommend everybody go. They just opened ticket sales for next year this afternoon, and I understand like their super highest level of ticket is almost sold out. Um, while there, I ran a teaching adventure of Harrow the Blighted Plain, which was a lot of fun. My players had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Um, and speaking of gaming game shows, on this coming Thursday, the 29th, on the New Network, and that's the Now Network. No, the New Network with a K. I At 8 o'clock, I will be going head to head against DM Kelly White in something that is called the DM Challenge. Where we have a celebrity player, Matt Fink, who was Prince's keyboardist, where Kelly and I are each going to run him through a short solo adventure, and then you out there in internet land vote to see which of us has the more fabulous adventure. I suspect I know who I'm voting for.
Nice. All right. Why don't we jump into Zai?
Hey y'all, I'm Kayla, justkay, DM down, depending on wherever you find me on the web. I have been doing tons of things and I'm doing even tons more. Go check out that link tree, justkay. You'll see in February that I have a stream of my own coming out, which are villains, magical girl villains for hire, satirical, kind of a little bit like The Office or Below Decks. Um, Tons of fun. And then also, I can go ahead and announce because I started casting for it, Burning Hope, which is a little later, closer to summer, which will be post-apocalyptic. We done fucked up, y'all, and dug too deep and woke up the dragons. So, YOLO us. Uh, so that will be fun. If you want to check out any of my fun free things or any of the projects I've been a part of, including any of the Underground Oracle publishing stuff like Harrow, this fantastic setting we're playing in, go check it out. And if you want me on your stream or on your project because you're like, that's the kind of crazy chaos I want, just let me know.
All right. Why don't we go to Jens?
Howdy, y'all. This is Jens Pulsar, the Kelf Blightslinger who brides the Blight, played by Marlon Dance-Hooi. I'm a voice actor and actor, and you can see me in my Linktree link, which Scott's dropping there, or on my website, marlondance.com. And something that is coming out hopefully soon is a first-person shooter in the style of old Max Fleischer Disney cartoons called Mouse P.I., where I play a couple of roles. So that was really fun to do, and I'm not sure when that's releasing, but you should be able to find it there. Or you can look me up on Graphic Audio. I do a lot of audiobook stuff.
Awesome. All right, Heliodor.
Hello, everyone. It's Crest, pronouns he, him. I play Heliodor, the Icy and his Blightsinger who awakens dreams. You can find me on Pillowfort, which is the word Crest, and then you can find your way to my other social links. I am the primary game master and editor of the podcast, Many Stories, Many Games, the podcast where there's another story to be told and another game to be played.
All right, and that leaves us with Vey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jayke. I'm playing Vlay, the clever Kelf who heals things or blows them up, depending on the roll of the die. Coming soon from me is the Frontiers Engine playtest, which comes out February 8th. It's basically a entire TTRPG system you can play around with, partially inspired by things like Harrow, D20 systems, and heavily in the Pathfinder and Starfinder realm. Additionally, using that rule set, there is a video game coming out in early access in March called Beneath the Library Beneath the World, which uses that rule set as a starting point. So if you want to dive into it in a digital sense, you can do that too. Otherwise, you can find stuff I do on my website, from professional GMing to various 5e homebrew supplements and every other thing I have too much time to do. And yeah.
All right. So when we last left off, you had gotten away from the chase of 3 ships, and you left with 2 ships instead of 1 ship. You have a tender now as part of your dragging behind your current ship.
Don't say
That shoots fire now.
Don't say I never got you anything.
Best present ever.
Are you good with a bow?
I'm good with all ship-to-ship weapons.
Okay. Because that's not a good one to make a mistake with, and oops, your own ship.
I mean, technically, I didn't buy the ship, so, like, if I do make a mistake, it is gone.
It's
like,
a net zero loss.
Yeah.
I mean...
Right. So you hit the sea, the water sands, and you know that you've got days of travel or more before you find anything other than open ocean, open sea. Beyond that, you don't really know exactly how far you have to travel. It's such an odd way of traveling and navigating. Can I get a navigation roll from
It's probably me.
persons navigating? And how are you going to navigate? Are you just heading east, or are you going to use some of the blippers?
I believe that we're mostly sailing at night, which I don't love, but it lets us see the blippers better.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but on that note, is it day or is it night?
It was day when we did the fight, and we left at dawn. And if this is a couple of hours later, it's probably midday, early afternoon.
That's what I'm asking.
Yep. But I think we'll sail into the night, and as a rule, sort of. We can continue sailing during the day. I just don't want to take us off course. So I think we mostly sail at night and set watches during the day, just to make sure nobody's following us or messing with us. But yes, my plan is to follow the blippers. It's not traditional navigation, but
Not at all.
it's what we've got.
I have a question.
Yep.
How big are the blippers?
They're kind of a big beetle. They're bigger
So,
than
like
a firefly that we would have in the world. It's more like about the size of, say, have you ever seen like a rhinoceros beetle? It's a big beetle. It's
So like
that.
if we tied one or two or three of them with string to like the front of the boat and let them go so that they pull in a general direction, even if they can't get very far, they get to the end of the string like a compass. We could maybe keep sailing during the day too.
They would just land on your ship.
Yeah,
Probably
they
stop
get
flying.
Yeah. What's the request for a roll?
Say your navigation, which I
Yeah.
think you're pretty good at.
I am.
But it's challenging to your navigational sensibilities.
It is. 13, and I'm trained.
Okay. So you do most of you start doing your traveling at night. Anyone who has been injured, you'll have time to heal up back to fully healed, because it takes days before you come across anything. It's just waiting in the day. And as you're going, you're starting to realize also that you may not have the supplies you need for a really long, extended voyage, and you may have to find a way of getting additional food. I mean, there are ways of getting it because you're on a ship, you can catch food or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're sailing, it dawns on somebody at some point that how long do we have to travel? The voyage may become an issue of sustenance.
We
I
did.
think after a
did
couple of
have
days
some.
already fishing because we've been out here for a while.
we did stock up when we
Did.
visited with Zai's family, and we also took some
And you stole
supplies
some.
off of. I stole, sir. We requisitioned.
Right.
We
Borrowed.
Recompense.
Permanently.
Yeah, right. Yes, I stole. But yeah, we stocked up from those floating merchants. So we're good for a little while, but again, we don't know
maybe
how
a couple weeks even. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know how much everyone eats.
Right. Yeah.
And then the days go on. Jens.
Question for my bonded through blight skill. Am I able to do like a Bert and Ernie here fishy thing, and just get them leaping into the boat?
I believe you have to have visual contact with them, if I'm not
like if
mistaken,
I see
right?
them with their eyes.
Potentially, if they can understand the concept.
Yeah.
You might be able to draw them to you.
I feel like I would feel really bad about that, so I'd use that in the last resort.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just be, meditating and vibing on the front of the ship.
Yeah. One thing that you do know, Malcolm, is that beyond here, as far as you know, there are no settlements, there are no islands that you know of, because it is this ocean here, the water sands here, is really more of a place of transience, because things that come up here don't last.
Right.
And lots of places that when they do come up, it's a race to get to it, to get everything off before it disappears again.
Yeah. My impression was, and I could be wrong, is that we were looking for a risen island, but
Right.
can somebody? Is that correct? Yeah.
It's an island. You don't
An
know whether
an
it's
island. We don't know if
or
it's a risen island. Okay.
or just never marked again.
All right.
Or never
A
marked.
Right.
patch of land somewhere.
Somewhere. Gotcha.
And you're traveling for, after you realize as you're going, you're hitting now 2 weeks of kind of slow, meticulous travel, following the travel of the blippers, and you're in the middle of the night, and who would notice this? I would say the person who's probably under the ship or in the hull the most is probably Heliodor. Heliodor, you hear a sound coming through the ship bottom, like a dragging or something. You're not really sure exactly what it is, but it's not. After several weeks, you have become very accustomed to the sound of the water sands just sort of rolling under the ship as you move. And then you hear a scraping-y kind of a sound. And it's the middle of the night. It's not late.
Is it just me up, or is there someone on deck
You're the only
doing
one.
watch?
You're the only one down below. Everyone else is up top at the moment.
Well, oh, that's right. It's night. We're actually sailing in the night. Okay.
Actual sailing.
Right.
Okay, sorry. From below deck, Heliodor will call out, Malcolm, we seem to be scraping the bottom of something.
That's. Check my charts. Are there any known shallows around here?
No.
You sure we're not hitting the top of something?
But you're not sure that your charts are all that accurate because it
Accurate
mostly
out
says
here.
nothing.
Z, go. See what's going on.
Yep, I got it. Well, I probably have to come down
Mm.
from the rigging and then.
Yep.
Okay.
Where were you hearing the sound?
I point to
The
the
bottom.
floor of the boat.
Yeah.
Is the sound still happening? If I go over there and
No.
like touch it, is it vibrating or are we scraping?
No, and then suddenly you are. It's like you hear a, and then it stops after a little bit. It doesn't seem to. It's not like you're dragging on sand or anything like shallow because you're not. It's not making any movement of the ship. It's not slowing it.
Is it similar to when we accidentally got in the way of mating creatures last time?
No, no.
Okay. If we haven't hit the bottom of something, we've hit the top of something under the sands, or kind of like grazing, howdy doing, something. It doesn't feel enough to come through the hull, but I mean, maybe we need to slow down a little bit.
Slowing down a ship is not super easy.
Yeah, but neither is repairing a giant hole in the hull.
Yeah,
Jens, you
Jens
and
is
Vay,
furiously making mental notes like slowing down shit.
you and Vay are up on the top deck, doing your new sailorly duties, and you see something just under the water that you're kind of passing up, and it like little, almost like you're seeing cylinders under the water that you're seeing from above. Like you're not sure what it is. You're not actually. You haven't done a lot of sailing yet, so you're not really sure what you're seeing, but it is visible when you really pay attention into the water and you have any form of light, like a heavy moonlight or something. You can see almost ghostly cylinders from the top edge.
I'll just stand up and start walking towards Malcolm without saying another word to tell him, but I'm in no rush. Just
Okay.
stand up, slowly sauntering towards the other side of the deck.
By the way, Scott,
Yeah.
the session before the session I missed, Heliodor was very much in and out of it. How was he during the session after that, during ship combat? Was he just quiet and focused, or was he still tripping balls here and there?
He was
Pardon my
functional
French.
and assisting in the stuff going on, some with the sailing side of it.
Okay, how am I feeling right now?
It has been you've been pleasantly unaffected for quite a while.
Okay.
You get there, Vay.
I just walk up to Malcolm. I assume Malcolm's at the wheel or the equivalent right now.
it's a wheel.
I just walk up to Malcolm and just stand there for a couple seconds, completely silent, and then say, "So Malcolm, anything about, I don't know, ghostly cylinders remind you of anything? You know, just general
How
question.
how how big a cylinder are we talking about?
How big were they?"
They were maybe 3 or 4 inches wide.
So
And we couldn't tell how long they were because we were looking down. So Vay does what Show just does this,
Yeah,
coming
exaggerates it a little bit.
just sort of.
so coming up from the bottom.
Yeah, that's what it.
Yeah.
That's what it makes you think.
Sounds like some kind of sea snake or anemone, maybe.
I'd like to think Zyd does to Vay exactly what Vay did to Malcolm, and it's just like suddenly like off their shoulder behind them. Are like, I mean, well, we could go check it out with the smaller ship.
How far away were they from the ship? Were they like,
Oh no, they were just slowly. It's like the ship was pushing over the tops of them, so they were.
okay,
Down-
then I'd probably
against the ship.
communicate that to Malcolm that we're almost weaving through them. I guess if
Sound
Zai's here, I'd
Right.
also mention it to Zai, because loudly.
Yeah. Are you on deck at the moment, or are you below decks?
We're on. If they're talking to me, they're
we're
on
at the
deck. They're at
helm,
the
yeah.
wheelhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on deck.
I'm at the
Zai is
front of the
underneath.
ship. I don't know. Would I overhear this conversation?
Probably.
It's not a huge ship.
I turn back. I say, "These things, they move aside when we pass through them, or do we pass over them?"
They move aside
I mean,
as the
this-
ship hits them.
Yeah, the scraping makes it sound like we're passing over them.
Yeah,
And through them.
Yeah.
yeah. And there are places where it isn't, and then it suddenly you hit another patch of this.
Just saying, we could go poke it. We got another ship.
I support the poking theory for no particular reason. I just think it sounds funny.
And I think it could be blight related, so I'll do the poking.
Hey, even better.
I'm all for Jens touching something I don't understand.
I'm also for this.
I am all for the three of you getting the hell out of my wheelhouse.
They just down.
I consider it a mark of my maturity that I did not comment on what y'all just said about me touching stuff y'all don't understand.
I was setting you up for it, Jens. I just figured you'd roll.
I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. You're true.
Not even the
friend.
same person anymore. Ridiculous.
I mean, you are the expert in it. And Zai gives that line like totally deadpan.
All right, how we doing this? We taking the little dinghy?
It is not a little dinghy. It is a ship that shoots fire. Show some respect.
All
a
right.
dinghy that shoots fire.
Yeah, we'll take the fire dinghy, the FD, and Zai can steer. And you know what, Zai? I've been really getting into this whole sailing thing. I feel like Mal's been teaching me a lot, so I'm just gonna keep my peepers on you. See, try to learn by example.
Oh joy. She goes and walks to the ship.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want more capable sailors? Would you prefer that I just revert to my usual standing around and making innuendo jokes?
I
Can
have
you
no
do both?
Yeah, I was like, I have no doubt you will find a way to combine the two tasks, Jen.
Well, you know, when you're lost in the sauce, you got to multitask. You know what I mean?
And just still not facing Jens and just continuing to walk away.
Yeah.
So, how are you going to do this? You're going to get on the
Yeah,
smaller ship.
so my thought was instead of making our bigger ship slow down or try to turn or fully stop, we would just get on the smaller ship and maneuver over to one of them for them to poke, and then we can rejoin with the larger ship once they poke the thing and hopefully don't die.
Okay. And who's going on that smaller ship?
I'll go for sure. I'm interested.
Oh, I'm for sure going. So
Two-
the bigger
two-
ship we're leaving with 2 people.
The little ship only holds 2 people at the most. I mean, the little ship is only designed to hold 2 people at the most.
Right.
You folks do whatever you want.
Its design doesn't mean it can be pushed.
Hey, buddy, how about we do a little bit of rock parchment saber for it?
Whoever loses has to poke the things.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to win to poke the thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Whoever, if okay, do you all want to poke the thing?
Do
Yeah.
you not?
No, that's why I'm driving. So whoever wins
Okay.
of you two pokes the thing, I'm going to drive.
All right.
Oh, no!
That's right. Never mess with an intuitive kelf.
Ridiculous.
I get to poke the thing.
I like to think walking past Vi as they go to get on the smaller ship, Zai just kind of like leans over and goes, "You always pick parchment." And goes on the ship.
That was on purpose! Walks away.
I
Hello?
am so good at this game.
Below deck, Heliodor, who's heard all this because Jens is loud, goes, Jens is always poking things.
Yeah. Hey, I heard that. I got big ears. I like that, Heliodor. Nice hustle.
All right,
Zai
you get up-
questions life choices as they navigate to one of these things.
Ah,
You
just
go-
Heliodor.
I'm placing bets in my book.
You get on
With
your
myself.
tender, you raise the sail. There's no fire in the fire pot at the moment because you don't really want to have fire all the time on your ship. And
Understand.
the two of
On-
you hold tight. And this is a different kind of a ship than the one you're on. It's a bumpier, less smooth, less, the lack of mass makes it move with a lot more of a jerky motion when you're moving. But when it gets going, you can really bounce over waves and stuff. That's really exciting, probably. You haven't done it yet, but it could probably do things like that.
Thanks a lot, Zai. You are having a devil of a time steering this thing.
Not really. It's just fun.
So
I thought you were good at riding motion, Jens. Just like goes over another wave on purpose.
Okay, I do a backflip on the deck. Huh.
Oh, yeah, I need an acrobat roll or a
Yeah.
athletics roll. Let's see how that goes.
Am I about to save your ass from the water sands?
That is an 11, and what do I add?
Do you have
You don't-
athletics or
You have
or
a skill trained?
acrobatics?
Nope.
Really?
You don't.
I'm really surprised. I thought you did at some point.
Nope.
Jumping, you have performance, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's in social. I don't really
Social
have
interactions, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a stunt. So I think it's fair that I use social for it.
Yeah, so Zai, you
What?
see. I mean, it's not that hard. Just there's some motion. It's hard on a ship that's moving and bouncing. You rolled an 11. I mean, that's so close. You do your maneuver, and Zai, you see as he's coming off of the flip that his feet are sliding right to the edge at the back of the boat, and then there's into the water sands, and the water sands is not a comfortable thing.
Immediately
I'm-
turn the boat and lean out to try and grab him as I'm turning to try and do a circle.
Zai, when he goes under, you see a bioluminescent glow as he's dragged down that you didn't expect, and you can see as he's sliding down that he's almost sliding along poles or maybe like reeds under the water sand.
What am I seeing from my
You,
position?
You see suddenly the water sand glow all around you. I mean, the water sand is not like water. It is much thicker and murkier, but you definitely see a ghostly glow everywhere you touch when you put your hands out, can I get a speed check from you? Because there are things to grab.
Oh, that is a good old 4.
Okay, great.
God damn it! I'm about
So,
to have
Zai,
to save
can I-
Jens again.
Zai, can I get your roll and your attempt at trying to grab him?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
That is going to be a 14.
Okay. So you turn, but it takes you a little while. It takes you some time to make that turn. As you're coming around and you're making a big loop, because ships don't just flip around. They're not surfboards. They take a moment to make a turn, even a smaller ship. You are under the water sands, Jens, and you feel almost like you're being pulled down by it. Swimming is not really the most possible thing.
Yeah.
But there are things that are sort of giving you some level of buoyancy here that you're not sure what they are, but they're glowing all around you as you're kind of falling in. And you start to feel sort of a lightening of the water sands, almost a soft blurring of your sight. Can I get an intellect defense roll, please? Can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Who?
Not muted. Hang on one
Now I
second.
hear
Oh,
you.
now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 13 with my edge.
Okay. You're
And hang on, I believe I'm trained in intellect defense. Yeah, I'm trained in intellect defense.
okay. So as you're like sliding down into this muck that is the water sands, and there's glow is happening around you, it takes you a moment you're holding your breath and you're grasping as much as you can to grab things around you, but whatever it is you're reaching for, they keep moving away as you hit them. You're hitting with the back of your hand and then they're gone when you try and grab them. And then you realize that whatever this glow is, it is actually, it's disorienting. It's affecting your sight in some way that is discomforting. And as you're doing this, you lose 2 points of intellect as you're being pulled in. Zai, you get the boat swung around and you go to reach, and he's under you. You know he's there because you can see the glow of the stuff, but he's beyond your reach.
So I have a mechanical question.
Okay.
Technically, it says I can move across the water sands as though it were solid ground. So if I chose to go under the water sands, could I?
I was wondering that myself.
Can you go under the water sands? Of course you can go under the water sands. The question is, can you traverse it like you're walking? No.
No, I don't believe I could traverse it like water. But
I think
I'm
it has
gonna-
to be a conscious thing for you to
Yeah.
choose to go down.
I'm gonna lash the rope around, lash it around where the sail is.
Okay.
And before not diving into it, the first thing I'm gonna try to leap towards the nearest pole thing, the whatever closest one Jens is to see if I can land on top of it, like if it will take weight.
Okay.
And then if it can take weight, I'm going to grab a hold of it and kind of like slide down towards the globe, which I assume is Jens.
Yeah. All right. So, do you have acrobatics or something along those lines?
So I have climbing, balancing, jumping, searching, and listening are all trained skills.
Awesome. I think your balance skill is a perfect skill for this.
Pull this into the light.
Art.
That is a 16.
All right. So you are able to step onto the top of this, what feels like the top of like a plant, like a bamboo. And as you step on it, it starts to bow and bend very slowly. It has strength, but it's also very flexible. And you have to really balance to kind of stay over it. And when you do, you can feel yourself sort of pulled, not down, but kind of swayed with the water. It's like you're standing, it feels like you're standing on the water sands, except the water sands are moving in ways unlike the water sands move, directionally.
Yeah, I think as maybe one of the sways happen, they're gonna kind of like purposely drop and grab the pole and go down towards the glow so that they have some sort of reference point with the pole.
Right. Because you had already stood on it, you can just grab it. I don't think you need a roll to do that.
Okay.
And then you can start sliding down. And as you're sliding, your hand is going over this bamboo-like plant. And it's got this lichen-like feel to it. And as your hand goes over it, it releases this glowing bioluminescence or something. And you're going downwards. Can I get an intellect defense roll from you?
Yeah, sure.
It's no big deal.
No big deal.
No, I got this.
Size
I failed
totally
mine. It's all
Natural
good.
20.
15, but yeah.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
You can tell it's that these things are so numerous that they're kind of almost blinding, and they're disorienting. But by having your hand on it, you maintain your orientation, and you can see the Jens is sort of trying to grab on these things. You can see him down there, but there's no way he's had oxygen for a little while. And those grabbing for the reeds seems like desperation, not an easy kind of like what you had just done. It's like a flailing. And Jens is not generally a flailer. Makes an ugly flailer. And it seems like he doesn't know where up is. Which is very easy to have happen here. But especially here. Malcolm, you see the ship sort of stop, and you see Zai kind of step off of it into the water sands, and then just stand on it for a moment, and then slide downward. Hold on, I gotta open the door real quick. My cat was not locked, but was in the garage, and I didn't realize he was in there. So, and then you start to hear from the front of the ship. You're looking back, and then suddenly you hear that. And when you look around, you see that there are these reeds that are slightly above the water sands, all around in front of you. And as you're moving, they're slowly battering the ship, the keel of the ship. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry about that.
Of course.
Are they rising up out of the water sands higher than they had been? Is that what's
It looks like it, yes. Very
Great.
A little bit. But yes.
There is nothing aside from these reeds. There is nothing anywhere around us. We are in deep ocean.
And then when
Correct?
you start looking, that's correct.
Yeah.
And then as
All
you're
right.
looking, you actually see a point of light on the horizon line.
All right. Well, I will start steering towards the point of light, but also, I believe, Heliodor, could I get you on deck, please?
Heliodor was already coming up. Right as you say that, he arrives on deck.
Oh, thanks. There are things coming up out of the water at the prow, that way, the front of the ship. Can you keep an eye on them, or perhaps try and get rid of them?
Heliodor will one hand on his cutlass, he slowly approaches and looks at these reed things. Can I roll to identify what these are?
I don't think you need much of a roll. They're a plant of some kind that, is kind of a stiff reed or something. Actually, would you know the type of plant? That's an interesting question because you do have a lot of knowledge skills.
Blight lore?
What?
Blight lore?
Maybe. Yeah, I'll give you a roll with that. There are definitely a blighted type of plant.
Assuming I'm reading how this works right, that's an 8.
Okay, you don't know the plant.
Is it hostile or is it just there?
It's just there. It's like it's growing here, it seems.
It just seems to be moving. It doesn't seem to be hostile yet, Malcolm.
Yet. Keep an eye on it because a quarter of an hour ago they were at the top. They were at the top of the water sands or a little bit below, and now they seem to be out of the water sands and attached to our ship.
Not attached. They're just battering it as you're moving.
Okay.
Not attached though.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Zai, you're sliding down to go and grab Jen's. Can I get your grab attempt?
Yeah.
Do you have athletics or anything like that, or is it just your speed?
I
you
have
balance, climb.
Yeah,
jump.
I have climbing, balancing, jumping, searching, listening. If any of those help.
Yeah. No.
That is going to be a 14.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not easy to get to him because he's sunk pretty far. But when you get to him, you can tell that he's desperate for air and almost like confused as to where up is. Not almost like he definitely doesn't know where up is. And when you grab him, it's like a desperate cling. He grabs onto your hand too, but he's also, you can feel like a spasming happening, and you start dragging him upward. You get to the top, and what do? The ship is the boat is near you, but he seems to be in a way where he can't help you.
Mm-hmm.
Even
I'm
with
gonna
himself.
Once we get close to the surface, get him above the surface for like a count of like a little bit so he can like get a gasp or two of air. And then I'm gonna tie the rope that's around me around him and then just use the reed I'm on to just like kind of like pull myself up a little bit. And again, okay, so if I like lift myself out of the water and almost roll onto the top of the water sands, could I then treat the water sands as solid ground again?
Yes.
Okay,
Once you're
so
out of it.
that's the plan. I'm gonna get him up for a couple counts so he can breathe, tie the rope around his waist, and then just like bodily lift myself using the reed out of the water.
Can I assist her with that task? Or like
You
use it
cannot.
for her in some way?
You can't. You're desperate for air and
Okay.
in a near unconscious state. But you can pull him up. You've had him up long enough to get a little bit of air going in him, although he's spitting out water sand and these particulates that are
vomiting it out.
glowing and stuff that were in his mouth, and it's pretty nasty. But you're eventually, even if you don't do it immediately, it won't be very long before you're able to pull him up onto the boat.
I don't know if you needed another roll for that, but I did get a 19.
Yeah. Oh, you pull him up quick. Yeah, it's a strength roll to pull him up.
I like to think that I then just like grab the back of his
Yeah, you
shirt,
pull him
and as
fast.
I walk along the water sands, I just drag him through the water sands to the boat.
Do you have any like first aid-y kinds of stuff, things to kind of benefit someone who's?
I have survival, but our healer is by.
Yeah. Yeah. So seems like Jen's, even with getting air finally, is disoriented. And everything looks blurred and dark. Like even where there's a little light, it seems much darker than it would have been before.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna get him onto the boat, and then I'm gonna probably like put him kind of like you deal with like a normal drowning victim on his side, and like several big dumps to the back to try and get out as much of the water sands as possible.
Okay. And the boat, by the way, the ship is sort of still sailing away.
Mm-hmm. We have the rope. Slightly being dragged.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. As I... Whew.
Learn your lesson about showing off there?
He won.
Don't do it while you're driving the boat.
Maybe don't do it on the water sands.
Well, I have to tell you, the view down there was terrifying. And
I thought it was pretty cool.
amazing. Yeah.
Are
Didn't know
we
which way was up?
still near some of the reeds on the smaller boat?
Yeah.
Can I, and this is the scavenger part of my brain
Kind
and
of
Zai's
rolling
brain.
under the bottom of the ship, actually.
I want to cut as many like foot to 2 foot like samples of these reeds as I can, because if it's not something people see often, we could probably sell it for a hefty sum of money.
That's a scavenger.
Was I
and you
tangled up in any
definitely-
of them? I could have had them come with me.
There's probably some of the little glowing particle things all over your hands and body.
How's that
Man.
feel?
You're glowing from it. I mean, you have glowiness all about you. It makes you look kind
Is
of
there
like
any
a
like
ghost.
pain or anything? Do I
Nope.
feel weird?
Nope.
Tonight is a night of 14s is the theme for tonight apparently.
And when you turn the boat around, you get to the other boat. Jens, one thing you do notice is your vision is not fully back yet. It's coming back, but things are still kind of blurry and have kind of a darkness about them. Malcolm, you see that point of light on the horizon has become 2 or 3 little points of light on the horizon.
I think it's a ship. Is it moving
If
or
it is a ship, it is anchored because there's no movement.
okay? So it is now maybe like we're closer to a town or a house or whatever it is that the light is starting to resolve itself into multiple lights.
Yes.
I know it's hard to judge, and I'll make a roll if you want me to. What can I hazard a guess as to how far away it is? How long it'll take us to get there?
You think you could probably get there if the reeds don't create too much of a problem within
Right.
maybe an hour?
All right. Well, we'll keep heading for it. Heliodor, can you see Z or they? Can you see Z? Anybody?
I'll go looking.
Harvesting.
Because
You go back, Vay, and you see that Z and Jens are coming up. Jens looks like they have like a ghostly glow all about them.
I'll call back to Malcolm and say, well, I definitely see Z and some weird glowing man. I can't quite oh, that's Jens, I think. Yeah, they seem fine.
Are they behind us or are they in front of us?
they're behind us. We're towing them.
Okay. What do I need to roll for perception, I guess, to look at these lights, as Malcolm asked me to?
Yeah, I'll give you. Well, initially it was to see if you recognized them. You didn't recognize them, but you were starting to cut some off. So as you pull some up, because you were cutting them with your blade, right?
I was.
Oh, that was you, Z.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, I'm at the front. Malcolm asked me to look toward the points of light, and you said they were behind us. So I'm looking forward.
Yeah, the points of light are ahead of you, and you do see them starting to come up. You notice that the reeds are now starting to sink back into the water. And when I say that they're sinking, it's more like you've moved through maybe a point where they were a little higher. And now you're going into a place where they're going down below the water again. So it's freeing up the ship to move a little bit more freely without being battered. And you even hear the reeds slowly stop touching the bottom of the ship after a little bit. And then you see something you didn't expect. You see sand through the water sand, like a shoal. And
Well,
it's night. It's hard to see it, but you get a little bit because every time that it hits the boat, there's a little bit of glow in the water.
Malcolm, 2
Mhm.
points. 1, we appear to have passed through the part of the sea where, and he gestures towards the reeds, those were growing thicker, so yay, less of those. 2, we appear to be hitting some shoals. I'm seeing sand, like actual sand, not sea sand.
um, I can I see them from the shoals from the wheelhouse?
No,
Crap.
especially not at night. It's really dark.
Yeah.
Can I
Right.
roll
He's only
sailing
seeing because
to?
he's looking right over the edge of the boat.
Right.
Where the little bit of glow is giving him some under the water sand light.
Can I roll sailing to give him the navigation info he needs to not hit the shoals?
I gotta go hard to one side or the other. So, tell me where I'm going, Heliodor.
Scott?
You have sailing now, right? You got
Yes.
your first level. All right, I'll give you a sailing roll. Let's see if you learned all the lessons.
Again, assuming I'm doing this right, that's an 11.
Okay. You're not sure. You just think that it seems like the sand is up ahead. It's not. It doesn't seem like it's so shallow that you would be hitting it necessarily, but you don't know. You don't know the depth of the ship as well as, say, Zai, who has gone down the sides of the ship and knows the dimensions better. And you have been eating through some of your stores, so some of that your weight is probably a little bit lower. So you're higher up on the water line.
The sand just appears to be in front of us. Maybe we should slow down and consider stopping for the night. Try going a bit forward when we can actually see straight in the day. And maybe get the other 2 troublemakers back here.
Yeah, I can't fight a war on 2 fronts. Not as young as I used to be. Heliodor, come take the wheel, and I'll start slowing us down.
Yes, sir. And Heliodor will head for the wheelhouse and to assist Malcolm.
It's so
Great.
exciting to get the wheel
Yeah, just keep us going
straight.
as straight as you can, and Vey and I will loosen the sails so that they're not taking on as much wind to slow us down a little bit. Like, I don't want to come to full stop or drop the sails completely, because putting them back up is such a pain in the ass. But
Right.
just, and I mean, there's no point in dropping anchor. I mean, the floor must be way below us. So, but I'll loose the sails, and once Vey and I have this sort of situation in hand enough that Vey can finish doing, tying things off, I will go look over the aft of the deck to see what the hell's going on the tender.
Right. All right, Vey, let's get your sailing roll. Let's put your sailing to a test.
Well, I'm not trained.
I am, and I'm an asset.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, that's true. That's true. Wow. Okay. Zai called it 14.
The night of 14s.
Night of
14
14s.
And with an asset 17, nice. So you took direction well. You understood enough, and you were able to get the sail to like half mast, and it's catching less wind, and the ship is beginning to slow. I mean, it had speed and momentum, but it is now, the weight of it is dragging it to a bit of a slower movement.
Good.
And you're able to now start tying off the rigging and stuff that you needed to do, and it seems like maybe you could become a sailor. Weird.
And what's going on with the
In the back,
in the back?
Zai is pulling the tender closer and closer, and Jens has a ghostly glow about him, almost like he is a ghost, but he obviously isn't because he's
Right,
well,
Jens.
maybe he is.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
Wait, is that you? Mal, is that you? I can't see too good.
Question: how much of the 1 to 2 foot pieces of the reeds did I manage to collect with that 14?
6. 6 feet and 1 foot chunks.
Have we stopped yet or not just yet?
Oh no, it'll take you 10, 15 minutes to actually get to I mean, you're not even stopping. You're just slowing to a crawl.
Yeah, so
Right.
that if we do hit something, it's not going to be a disaster.
Hey, Vay, do you want to maybe check Jens out? He was under the water sands there for a while.
Finishing tying off my things. Oh, so that was Jen. All right, cool. Yeah, I can do that, I suppose.
He tried a backflip on the tiny ship.
Oh, did he land it?
No, he landed in the water sands.
Damn it, Jens, we practiced.
So close.
So I'm gonna get the ship tied up to the back again like it was. Get Jens, just kind of like yeet Jens into the boat in the vague direction of Vay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Doubles
at,
into the.
right. I'm at the rear, so I can get him, up onto
Help him
the.
up,
But between me and
You don't need to roll to
and-
get him up.
Yeah, right.
And then I'll
Yep.
pass over the 6 pieces of the reeds I managed to cut up and like get on the ship and take one of them and be like, it's hollow. I mean, it's real sturdy. I stood on top of it. It took my full chrysalis weight. Like, probably worth something.
Can
Sure.
I see Jens as he gets hustled over to Vay?
Yeah. Yep. It's hard not to see him.
When I look at Jens, Heliodor kind of makes a face, and then he says, Jens kind of looks like the aftermath of a popular fad that happened in ICS some time ago. I think it was called Fairy Fire?
I look like fairy fire? I mean, that sounds cool.
People would throw these weird water skins filled with glowing stuff that would just splash all over people.
Huh.
That
that's
doesn't
weird.
sound pleasant.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great time. Looking at Jens, at a quick glance, I guess I can roll for it too because I have blight lore if that matters.
Yeah.
Does he have like lingering blight, or is it just some sort of sickness or disease outside of this, or outside of that?
I'll let you make your blight lore
Okay.
first.
I love how my joke just fell flat.
Oh, I caught it. Trust me, I got it. I got a. I'm trained, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I got a 12.
Okay. So whatever this is, it looks like it is rubbed off all over his body as he was in the water and left these little particulates, but they seem to have a little bit of motion to them, almost like they're little anemones or barnacles or something. And they're stuck to his skin, like all over the place, over his eyelids and his forehead and his face and arms and legs, and they seem to have a little bit of motion to them. You have to look very closely to even see them that they have motion much.
Can
And
I
they
take them
seem to
off?
be covering part of his eyes just because they seem to be reaching over, and maybe he's got some on his eyes. Like that
Okay.
seems. So, that you would have to do some medically, kinds of stuff to help
Gotcha.
that. The rest of it,
think-
you think you can just kind of scrape away and we'll get most of it. But there are some where it seems like it is, in a few places, that they seem to have dug into the skin a little bit, even in that little bit of time that he was in there.
I think Zai's gonna be with Malcolm and be like, oh, so like the sailing tail of the sea bugs is real.
Yeah, well, if anybody was going to catch a bug,
I'm surprised he hasn't before now. It had to take the sea to do it.
I'll use well, first I'll use my healer's kit to try to first I'll try to scrape the things off and use my healer's kit to get anything else off him
Okay.
with the roll probably, and then I would use healing touch to restore 1d6 to a stat pool of his.
Scrape
Which I
it
believe
into
was
a
int.
bottle.
I'll scrape it into a bottle as well for Zai. Do I have to make a
Right.
roll using my healer's kit?
No, because you have time. You can just do it at the
Okay.
pace you want, and you don't have to worry about, like, you will eventually get what you need done. It doesn't really require a roll until you get to his eyes.
go easy on the water.
Okay.
Then you do need a roll, because that is some delicate work.
All right. I'm gonna make a roll then. Does my healer's kit? I know it's an asset for healing tasks. Does this
Yeah.
count?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. It is a 12. Again,
With-
wow. Okay.
Okay. So you're getting him out, and you're having to use something the equivalent of like tweezers to pull these little things that had stuck even to the eyeball and the
Oh,
edges of
ew.
the lids. Just a few had gotten in there before closing, but it was enough to create an irritant and make it where his eyes are constantly watering and trying to flush it, but they're not flushing because a couple have actually tried to embed, and you're able to get them. And then as soon as Jens gets that 1d6, it's like his eyes get his full recovery. You can roll the healing. Let's see. If
I did. I
actually
got a
gets
3.
enough. Okay, so that did get the 2 back, the 2 that went away. So that got you back, and you can see again, and it's the disorientation is not happening as much, but it did feel like there's like an itch where they had dug in, and maybe your disorientation might have happened from some kind of injection from these things when they embedded in your skin and stuff.
So it's like a venom or something.
Yeah.
Ugh, I still feel weird. I ain't seeing straight, guys. I don't know how much use I'm gonna be.
You did
until
have
I feel
things in
better.
your eyes, so
Yeah, that's intense.
And-
maybe
and that
don't
was
open
no-
your eyes in the water sands.
Oh, good to know.
So what do you think? We're going to need to amputate?
Oh,
I give him an hour.
He's a kidder. You got jokes. All right, I'm gonna be below decks if anyone needs me.
You get that bottle of sea bugs?
I did. I was scraping them, put them in. I'll take it over, and it probably has like 1 or 2, I'd guess, with my.
It's
roll.
okay. We can sell it to the weird Icean people. They'll pay money.
They'll probably care. Yeah, certainly.
You're
Probably
gonna
know
sell
that's
them
what-
my eye wrigglers.
For all we know, that's how they make fairy fire. Heliodor steals from the wheelhouse.
Trust me, there were people who would definitely buy it. Certainly.
Heliodor,
Oh, I know. I grew up among the merchants there. I know what people will sell and buy.
Heliodor,
Heliodor makes a face.
you were
I will-
steering the ship for a bit, and the reeds. I mean, you feel them kind of tapping the bottom of the deck here and there, and then there's a period where none of that's happening. It's like it clears away. Maybe it gets a little deeper, and then Malcolm shows up, and then you start hearing them again underneath the decks. And up ahead through the door, you see what looks like one of these reeds has grown maybe 12 feet, 15 feet out of the water.
Yeah, see, that's the sort of thing I'm talking about.
Yep.
It's just
Am
water.
I seeing this?
You're
Vision still.
You're under deck.
Anyone
recovery,
looking
right?
ahead will
Oh, yeah,
see
that's right.
the
Yeah.
there's a reed coming up out of the water 10 or 12 feet. But in
Do
the
we
distance,
sail
there's some
around it in
lights.
time, or no?
Yeah, it's not like you're going to hit it. It's just in the a
It's
front
there.
cone of the ship.
I mean, to be fair, it is breakable. It's very strong, but it is hollow and plant. So like, it might cause us damage, but we're probably gonna cause it more damage.
great. How about neither of us cause either one any damage? Heliodor, just steer clear of it, please.
I mean,
Yeah.
ideally.
That sounds boring.
Well, Malcolm, do you want to take back over now, just to be sure we do sail around this without no problems?
No, you got that.
I reserve the right to say I told you so then when this inevitably goes wrong.
I
Just
also reserve that
Heliodor.
right.
Acknowledged.
With the boat slowing down as much as it is, you know that it's not going to be only an hour to get there. It's probably going to take some more time than that.
Yeah.
But it's probably a good idea to not rush it.
Yeah. Well, also, there's still, I mean, aside from these reeds, we've also got actual sand in the water sands. I mean, that's the whole reason why we tried to slow it down. So,
And as you're sailing, you can hear the reeds kind of raise in volume through the hull because you're slow enough now. You can kind of hear when they tap along it. It's not like a massive noise. It's more musical actually. As you're tapping them, and you learn over time. You kind of feel the depth of the water you're in by how strong and hard they're hitting the ship. And then who would notice it? I think Heliodor would probably see or feel the moment that the keel touches a bit of sand. And it's sort of, you feel the ship hit for a moment and then slide across. And then it continues like it was just a little rise. But not far enough to stop the ship, but enough to make you feel it. And you slide across it. Can I get a sailing roll from you, Heliodor?
I am standing behind him and,
I understand.
Right.
What does that give me?
You're an asset.
I'm an asset, so it eases things by one level.
18, if I'm reading this right.
Okay, nice. So you feel it, and you hold the wheel right. You get a little bit of hold on, do this from Malcolm, and you feel the ship kind of drag across sand for a moment, just barely touching it, and then it opens up to a little bit of deeper water. But you hold the ship steady as you go.
Heliodor looked out of breath.
Mm-hmm. Nice job.
Up ahead, you see more lights as the light point spreads out. It looks like it's not a ship. If that's ships, it's an armada. Because it's turning into a lot more lights.
There is an armada around.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anyone coming out this way this far.
So I was like, is it some of yours?
There's nothing. There's nothing here for them to.
Yep.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't even know if those are ships.
And you're starting to see here and there more of these poles or rods rising up. And then you see the first one that is different. It's bent with a couple of others, and you can see that it looks like there might have been a platform bowed between a couple of the reeds. And there's a little net hanging off the side that has maybe some crabs or something like that in it that are moving.
Steer clear of it.
Yep. You don't see any people there.
Right. Um, well, I mean, just I will take the wheel if you are more comfortable, Heliodor.
Can we tell the age of the like, you said like platform and netting and all of that? Can we tell the age of like the structure and the material, like how long
It's
it's been
barely a
just
structure. It's like,
does it
yeah,
look like
but
it fell
when I
apart
say
naturally? Like it's been
no,
there so long it fell apart? Okay.
no. And the net seems to have the crabs in the net, not on
So
the
it's
outside of the net.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were something captured, not something
Mm-hmm.
eating what was in there before at some point.
I'm betting Malcolm we about to say howdy to some new neighbors we didn't know we had.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Not really particularly worried about a bunch of shrimpers, but um,
Be worried about a bunch of shrimpers that decide they're gonna live this far out into the water sands.
mm,
And I think we're avoiding the elephant in the room, knowing what we're following.
mm, good point, Heliodor.
With our luck, may destiny have mercy upon us. But for all we know, we could be stumbling upon a Kitiara settlement that's been hiding here this entire time.
I vote that we stab first, ask questions later.
Good luck with that.
They did
I'll
kind
be
of cause all
back
of this.
there. Just run back if you need healing.
Yeah.
So you see more of these reeds rising up, and they grow much taller where you're at. And what started as one or two is now turned into, a handful here in pockets, and often bent and bowed into ways that they seemed like it was purposeful.
hmm
Not
So now
natural.
instead of sailing through like a lawn, we're sort of sailing through a forest, right? There are um, thicker groups more spread apart.
Yeah, clumps of them, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All
The
right.
Koraks have built a village overhead.
Yeah.
And you go a little further, and as you're going at this very slow pace, you
Yeah.
start to see them building in number, and then not only in number, but then you start to see what are very obviously built structures. There's like a platform raised above a clump of them, and things like canvas hanging off for some reason, or netting that is used for something. Little ladders that lower down into the water sands.
It's like a stilt village.
For the
Yes.
record, the Koraks comment with a boat game.
Okay.
If I go over to where they're navigating, can I maybe vaguely mark on the map where this mysterious civilization is?
If you have navigation, you'd probably
Yeah,
know where it is.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be able
try
to
because
figure it out. Okay.
if nothing else, the reeds are valuable. So 15.
Okay, you mark the map.
Yeah. No, that is the right place.
Do the buildings look like empty or abandoned, or are there
You
like
haven't seen anybody
secretly
yet.
okay? Like are there secretly
So-
people peeking at
So,
us?
so the lights that we saw
They're still ahead.
they're still ahead of us. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So whatever it is, these seem like things on the outskirts of wherever you're going.
Sure. They're like hunting blinds or
Right.
okay.
Scott,
Yep.
is now a good point to take a quick break?
About
Yeah, we can take a
84
quick-
minutes in, yeah.
Yeah, we can do one.
My cats would appreciate it.
All right. Yep. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Super.
Alrighty, I'll be right back.
His outgunned uses.
It's the tunnels and trolls bag, but I am old. So
We're back.
Sorry, it took so long.
it's all right.
Ahoy!
All right.
The the reeds are, not only are they getting more frequent in numbers, they're getting taller. And as you're going in, it's after half an hour more, you realize that the ship is starting to be dwarfed by what seems like a forest of these reeds. And they just sort of sway in the wind. And there do seem to be platforms in different places pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
And then up ahead, you see sunlight starting to peek through. Maybe you're getting to dawn, and you see there are small boats off on in different places, tethered to these posts, and there seem to be little notches cut into them to make them climbable. And the reeds are tall enough that in some cases they kind of sway over the top of the ship. They're moving and they're above the ship at some points. And then a rope comes down to the middle of the ship with knots tied in it.
Well,
Can I get as close to I want to get in the crow's nest to see if, like, am I, like, getting eyeline or still
No,
below?
still higher.
Can I at least get high up enough to see who is dropping a rope onto our ship?
Yeah, you see a hand, a couple of hands that look like they lowered it, that look a little like Malcolm's hands.
Huh. Hisk.
But maybe hairless?
I'm gonna give like a questioning whistle, like, does Malcolm want me to go check out this thing?
Stay on our ship. But also, I mean, we're still moving forward, not
Very slowly.
not at a crazy fast pace. But
Right.
if they want to climb down, they better hurry, because otherwise they're going to end up in the water sands.
Yeah, no one's coming down.
I think I'm just gonna shout down to Malcolm to be like, hairless kid?
Never heard of that.
No. I mean, I had an Uncle Oswald, but that was a whole, like, mange situation.
So can I climb the rope, or are we
No,
just...
we were told we're not allowed to.
Oh,
No,
man.
you were told you were not allowed to because you asked. Vay hasn't asked.
May I climb the rope, Malcolm?
And the reeds tighten up, and you.
Worst case scenario, I
feel
blow up whatever's up there.
Worst
case.
that the reeds are actually making a tunnel that narrows and narrows.
So are the reeds changing, or are we sort
No.
of sailing down a channel?
You're sailing down a channel, but
So it's not like the reeds are
narrowing and
closing
narrowing.
in on us.
Correct.
Maybe we should, like, stop the ship before we get stuck.
We can try.
There is movement among the reeds at some point, and you start seeing, because now you have a little light from dawn, and it seems like there are people who are kind of running along bent reeds that are kind of running among the clumps of trees, for lack of a better word. There's no leaves on them, but they're like that. They feel like trees, but they're not. And there are platforms where they'll move about, and you just see them in silhouette for the most part because of the darkness. And you're kind of, it's not quite a canopy, but it's definitely a darker area when you're not at the very top, in among the reeds. And people seem to be kind of running along with the ship.
Heliodor, stay at the wheel, please.
Are you here to trade?
Maybe. You got anything good?
Can you give us a name? What is this place?
You're in Trestlewake.
All right.
Never heard
Anybody?
of it.
No, nobody knows? All right.
I'll write it on the charts where Zai noted the the location. Great. Yeah, we have some trade goods.
And a rope
Permission-
pops again.
Permission granted to come aboard.
Oh no, we will not be coming aboard your vessel.
All right. Makes trading a little bit challenging.
And there's
I-
no response.
I think that's the second offer, a second rope they've dropped down, so Zai's just gonna like start climbing up the rope.
I just
Mind
look at
your weight,
Malcolm and
though.
point.
Mind your weight, though.
Okay.
We are not forgiving of broken knees.
Hey, that was weird. Jens is up by this time.
Yeah.
All the
Jens
jelly
is
bits have
walking
just been
up in a
pulled.
daze.
They've just been
Yeah.
full. It was like, listen, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I should go up there.
How are you?
Zai's
how,
already.
how are you feeling?
Well, I mean, I'm feeling pretty. How do I feel? Do I feel generally pretty good? Is that like a euphoric
you're
afterglow?
better now. Yeah, that's gone.
I'm better. I'm all good. I'm all good, Captain.
All right.
Listen.
Well, this is a situation which is going to call for one of
Blood talking.
our talents. So let's start with yours.
All right. So nice to be acknowledged as talented. Yeah. I knew I'd melt that icy heart of yours, Malcolm. All right.
Yep.
And then I start climbing the rope.
Keep it in your pants.
Which one? And then I just go.
Fucking Kelf.
We weighing anchor,
was that?
Captain, at this point.
Yeah, just I'll drop the anchor, Heliodor. Just steady as she goes, please.
Very well.
And I'll drop the anchor and see if it catches anything.
It catches on something, and you feel
Oh,
some of the
right.
reeds kind of like pull hard to the front, and they bend
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
And then some of the reeds just kind of, it seems like they snap and at least one or two.
sorry about
But
that,
then,
folks.
but then it stops and then it holds.
All right.
But it doesn't feel like you caught on sand
Right.
or,
No,
or, or soil.
right. The bottom of anything. All right.
You climb up, Jens.
I'm assuming I make it before Jens does.
Are you going up too?
Oh, yeah, as soon as they dropped it-
Start, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
as soon
okay.
as they dropped it the second time, I was up.
All right. So yeah, you're definitely the first one up. Then you're up higher, and you get up to the top. It's not that far from where you are with the crow's nest, but it's definitely a story, 12 feet or 10 feet higher or more to get up. And as you pull your way up, you see that there are these canvas like platforms all over up here, and they sway with the reeds, and you can see that there are these hisk up here that they wear odd clothes that, I mean, barely any clothes, but they seem to be, for the most part, hairless or mostly hairless. Their skin is pretty dark. Their eyes are black, and they look at you. You're here for trade, then?
Yeah, what you got? What you need?
What do you need? You've crossed some distance to get here.
Yeah, I mean, the rations might be good. We've got alcohol if you want some alcohol.
From the east or from the west?
Zai would just know. Kayla has
We're-
lost track of which
we're-
way we're going.
We've been coming from the west. We're heading to the east.
Okay, from the west.
Yes. Okay. We would look at that perhaps.
And I don't know if you've heard about it before, but we got a couple of bottles of the chrysalis stuff from I forget the Haven name. Hearts Haven Home. True Home. if if you're interested in something
I
probably
know
well
not
stronger than most things you get.
I know not of that place, but we will look at whatever goods you have to bring to bear on the trade platform. We put them on their own cloth.
Okay.
The rest, and then you pull up Jen's right after.
I'm gonna pull out like a small scrap of parchment and be like, so like, what do you have versus what do you need? Alcohol seems like a good thing that you might like. Anything else?
We have many wares for trade. May
Jens,
I
we already
introduce-
went through that.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any oil?
I can put that down to look.
Got
We have a
oil.
lot of things. We've been in a couple ports, so like I'll look for some oil. Looks like alcohol, anything. Like we have a lot of like raw materials if you need anything like that.
Spears,
Cloth, textiles.
harpoons, or hooks?
Harpoons, hooks. I'm assuming nets. I saw some nets on the way here. Do you need any of those?
We make our own nets.
So you make them. So we could trade you something for nets.
We make very excellent nets. They may be beyond your ability to trade. You may not have enough value for our nets.
You say we can't afford your nets?
Jens.
We don't know yet. We have to see the goods you have available for your trade.
These must be real
I'm
nice.
assuming we can also trade maybe for like rations. We saw some like crabs in nets. So like I'm assuming you fish or crab. Or
We
food.
can supply food. What? And they're looking at you, Jens, and they're like, "Where are you from? You?" And they start like whispering, and you're not sure exactly. We don't know of you.
You mean you don't know of like? Well, I mean, I don't think my reputation has traveled this far. But yeah, Jen's Pulsar. Nice to meet y'all. I'm just a little country boy out of Carabundi. Found himself on this.
And you see them; they have their hands out, like they're like, "Hisk, no human, no, I see him, Chrysalis." I don't hear you.
Can't hear you, Jens.
Oh, I said Zai. I whispered to Zai. Zai, I don't think these guys have ever seen a Kelf before.
Well, I'm going to assume this is probably some sort of very isolated society, so you're probably right.
We'll need the.
Do you
older
think they'd be
ones.
interested in a magic show?
Yeah, so Kelfs are a thing. And he's an entertainer. If you would like some entertainment, do something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do.
Do
I
something.
cause some blight to
Do some
coruscate around my
entertainment.
hands, and like I juggle. It's like I'm gonna just juggle with some blight. Oh-ho! Behold! Nothing up my sleeve. A Shazam! And then, okay, here's a social interaction. And I am trained, but that is an 8.
Oh, rough.
I set my hair on
platforms
fire.
kind of move as you're doing this. It's very hard to maintain that balance while you're doing it, but you make it work. You catch the things right, but it's not as perfect as you had wanted. And as you're
I
doing
recently
that,
got attacked by, those little... What are those little snaky, wormy things? Because I got attacked by a whole bunch of them.
those are the barnacles of the trestle weed, the trestle reeds.
Trestle reeds.
They're very, very dangerous if you stay among them too long and under the water sand.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
is the rest of your ship coming up, or are you the
well,
only
we're
emissaries?
we're like first contact, if that makes sense. Just make sure everything's chill, because we like to, like I said, I made a list so we could go see what we have that matches what you're looking for.
We have
and
an
then-
elder on their way. We have to wait for them before a trade can take place. We have to know of him, and they know of them, and they point at Jens. And
Yeah,
maybe the
Kelf.
elder knows.
Kelf are a thing.
I don't know that word, and I've not heard that.
I think at this point, not even realizing it, I think maybe because this feels like it's gonna force the situation. I feel like she maybe slides a little bit into that like political diplomacy a little bit that her like mom and parents
Oh my
so
God.
much forced on like
What?
No.
I don't think she realizes it,
Character
but like
development?
but like in her head she's like this is like first contact or relatively barely any contact with this civilization like so we gotta I maybe I don't want to die. So I think she slips a little bit into that. She's like, if you would like, we have a lot of stories and things about the Kelf and the others of Harrow that we'd be more than welcome to share with you. Like I said, Jens is a great storyteller and
We
entertainer.
must crack shells with you, and then we will converse over a meal.
Yeah, sounds great. I'm gonna go let the others know, and that way we can get at least what we can trade on deck, so that when your elder gets here, it'd be easier to do the whole thing. Um, and I think, because I think on the days of travel that Zai has been doing on the ship, as we have said, I think she's continued to make those like small gray figures from the clay from home. And one of the things she does in addition, now that she's on the water sands is when she gets it to like a state she likes, she takes like a shallow bowl into the water sands and then like rolls it through the shallow until it gets all like the crystal pieces embedded in it and lets it dry that way. So I think she gives them like a little figurine of maybe something that's normal to her from like the true home, but like obviously is not normal to them because these are very isolated people. And just kind of like as a sign of our friendship and hope for good and regular trade, and just kind of like hands it to or offers it on an open palm to the Hisk.
They're not Hisk.
And they look at it and they go to pick it up and they smell it and they what is this made of?
So that is made. That's a very special clay from where I'm from, which is True Home.
Clay. Do you know clay? Yes,
And
they
it is
use
worth
that on.
so many nets.
Uh,
You would not believe.
it's embedded in the Great Oasis, if you know where that is.
This is made for those who live on the.
I think
on
you're a
the
mute.
Risen land. It's no.
Oh, there you are.
It's made of the materials that people use that live on the inflexible ground.
It's actually even rarer than that. It's like a combo of special locations. But it very specialized to True Home, and I wanted to make sure that you had a piece of that in hopes of good trade and relations moving forward. And then I think at that point in the back of Zai's brain is where she gets that ping of, oh fuck, I'm doing diplomacy.
And what are the rest of you all doing?
I am my parents' child.
You
I'm just looking at Malcolm.
Heliodor has not been released from wheelhouse duty.
Suit yourself.
Quickly go up the rope.
Always good to have a frontline medic.
Jens just opens his arms and says, "You can do whatever you want with me. Just check me out. You need to figure out what I am at your disposal in the interest of friendship and trade." And I wink at Zai.
I think as soon as Vay gets up, I'm gonna turn to Vay and be like, "You're in
Vay's
charge of Jens," and then just slide down the rope.
What? Damn it!
Are they curious about two Kelfs?
Yeah.
Like there's more than one now.
Yeah, they see it. The next kelf come up. There are more of you. Are you all? Are there more than that? Our elder will be
Oh,
here
yeah.
soon, and they will know if you are one of the ancient species.
Ancient? I don't know. I don't like the sound of that. You like the sound of that, Vay?
I have to deal with a sad puppy. Give me like 5 seconds, please.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, poor puppy.
Lands on deck. So we have trade. Distant relatives, distant offshoot of his. Kind of hairless. Look like they've probably been exposed to too much sun. But they're open for trade. I got a list of things they're looking for and of things they have. They do have food they can trade us. Apparently their nets are the shit, which I mean we saw some of their netting with the crabs. They're looking for oil and any like harpoony weapon thingies.
We do
Um,
have we took some harpoons off of that.
yeah,
ship.
and they're open to alcohol too. So,
Mhm.
I mean
What else?
everyone is.
And we also have some scrimshaw and some carved dune coral. Just, you know, artifacts and niceties.
Yeah, they are so isolated. Literally anything we have from like any of our port stops, I think they're going to be like, ooh, over. Because
All
I gave
right.
them one of these, and I'll just pull out like another little figurine and be like, and they were like super fascinated by. Oh, also, they have no idea what a kelf is.
So really isolated
Really isolated.
and extremely fortunate.
Yep, I'm gonna go straight into the hold and start pulling out not a whole lot, like just
Yeah.
enough I could probably trade for like some food stuff and
Just
something.
take some represent. We'll take one harpoon. We'll take one piece of carved dune coral. We'll take one piece of scrimshaw. We'll take one flask of oil. One, I mean, sort of, and things that we're willing to trade that we have multiples of. We just don't want to lug everything up
Mhm.
there, obviously. So just bring a sample, and they're probably not interested in those cuttings of yours. That they have.
No, that they have.
Yeah.
Vay, you are up there and they're looking at you. You are the same as that one.
Don't paint me that badly.
Hey!
Supposedly, yes.
A clef, you said? You say a clef?
Kelf. That is
Kelf.
what we are.
And back behind, you see these kind of, they look like they're children kind of just walking on the sides of the reeds that are all bent, like cats walking along the back of a couch, just like, and then an older one kind of maintaining space on the platforms that are kind of stretched out. And the platforms, when I say platforms, they're not wood, they're more like a canvasy kind of thing, or maybe it's interwoven reeds or something like that's been turned into a thing that they use as walking space or sitting space. And this one you can tell is old. He's wrinkled and bent, but as he steps, he's very sure-footed, and the reeds kind of move, and as it sort of slides, he's always stepping in the right place, but never fast or recklessly. The kids ones, they seem to be kind of reckless but very sure-footed, just kind of running across like a tightrope walker without having to do the balance thing with a pole or anything, just running across.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Jens, you think you could do that with enough practice?
I suppose so. Yeah. I mean, who do you think you're talking to? But Jen's like internally going like, ugh.
I glance back down to see how Zai's dealing down on the boat, just as a glance to see how long I have to keep an eye on Jens.
I think you've got maybe a couple minutes because once like Malcolm suggested, I'm just getting a sample of the things we have to take up and not like everything we want to trade with them. And I'll just like put it in a sling and then just climb the road back up once I have it.
Yeah, what's your read on these guys, Vay?
Oh, well, they're very interesting. Did you get anybody's names by chance, Jens? Did you exchange common pleasantries?
I mean, I juggled.
Juggled.
Yeah, I just entertaining.
He gave
Listen, you know
entertainment.
me, Vay. I ain't good with names.
I look back to the group. Do you guys have names we can call you by?
And the elder one steps forward just as you're asking. I am Tesk Kareth Is. And you are...
Tesk.
I'm Vay. This is my associate, Jens.
You are
Oh,
one
come
of
on
the-
now. We're friends. We're friends. So what was your name? Teravith, was it?
Tesk Kareth
Tesk.
Is.
Oh, Tesk. And what name do you call your people?
We are the Hisk.
You are the Hisk.
You
You
have heard of us. You know of us.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
different from the Hisk we know, but we have exchanged
saw
with
one.
Hisk.
We saw one on your ship as you were...
Oh, so you
coming in.
recognized Mal as Hisk.
A Hisk from the west.
Interesting.
Okay, you are the non-Western Hisks.
I guess what would you delineate yourselves geographically as? If they're the
We
West
are-
Hisks,
We live in the Shoals. This is
Shoals.
Trestle.
Shoal Hisks. Okay.
I don't like that particular phrasing, but sure.
How many of you are there? We need to prepare the cracking of shells and some drink. I assume you'll be thirsty.
There's 5 of us if you count Jens here to my side. 4 if you don't.
Heliodor, what are you doing?
Standing at the helm where Malcolm told me to.
Vibing. Kicking
Well,
it.
we're at anchor now, Heliodor. So
Yeah, it's completely.
No one will.
Heliodor will retreat below deck just in case there's shenanigans going on, because there is still something down there we need to protect.
Your ship, your vessel is in sacred waters, so it is protected now. It may not be footstepped on without invite.
Thank you.
You
That
are
is
all
very
invited,
kind.
of course, to
Well,
the Trestle
I'm not
Wake. And
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
no weapons, though, please.
No weapons.
I think at that point, Zai gets back up and they asked for harpoons, so she has a harpoon on her
Just 6
back.
harpoon. I look down, no weapons.
They asked for a harpoon, and so I climb
Yeah,
up.
I
And I'm
know.
like, so you guys asked for a harpoon, so I brought a sampling, so just to show you what we have, because that's a lot to carry up and down and up and so and a harpoon sample. I pull out the scrimshaw, and the dune coral and the bottle
what's-
of my alcohol, the true home alcohol, the really
What's
good
carved
stuff.
into the scrimshaw?
I
Describe
don't know.
this-
You tell
the
me because we
scrimshaw.
stole it from the other ship.
You get to make it up. You know the world.
Yeah, so I think it's the Great Oasis because there's really only 2 major things that sailors go to or talk about, which is the Lucent Wastes and the Great Oasis. And I think this one is the Great Oasis. So the mushroom jungle and the like waterfall
Okay.
that they have and all
Yeah.
that.
And the elder looks at one of the other ones coming up. Look at the harpoon. See if it is of quality.
Gonna
And they
turn
go-
to Zai. Welcome back, Zai. We were just having a great conversation with the Hisk.
What are your names? I did not catch any of them.
This is Vi, this
Vei?
is Jen, and I am Zai.
And the others, you are missing some. I see.
Yes,
Don't
they're
meander their way up.
they're maintaining and getting ready the trade.
Do they need assistance to climb the rope? Are they weakened in any way or something?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
If I
good.
can climb the rope, they can certainly climb the rope.
Okay.
Zai was not gonna say that.
Oh, I'll say it brazenly.
How long do you plan on staying in the Shoals? We can make accommodations for your time here.
Probably only long enough to trade and maybe establish some sort of future trade relationship. We do have destination to continue
long
on
enough
to.
to trade without any stories.
No,
Without
no,
any-
trade with stories. I
Trade
mean,
includes stories.
yeah.
Yeah.
I figured
and
if we
boy, do
are
we have some stories.
breaking shells, I believe is what we've been told, then there are plenty of stories that can be had over breaking shells.
Okay, then it will be.
We can't hear you.
Then it will be quick. Then, are you hearing me now? I wonder if it's
Mhm.
my mic.
Every
Yeah.
now and then it cuts out for just a moment.
Maybe my
too.
mic is a little too far because I do have Zoom kind of killing background sound more than I used to, and I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, we have tons of stories like I mentioned to the Hisk that met us. Jens is a great storyteller and an entertainer. I have stories from the Great Oasis, the True Home. For Chrysalis, it's called the True Home. And we also have a Hisk as well, who it comes from ships on the water sands. So I'm sure we have
from the
plenty of
west.
stories. Yeah, plenty of stories to share.
Then, are you ready to break fast then?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, and actually, and we could use this if it just so you know what it tastes like. This is from as I've mentioned, where I am from, True Home, where that figurine, and I'll gesture at the figurine that the other Hisk has is also from. Hopefully, it helps establish, some sort of mutual.
This is a toy for children.
Um,
It,
Do you
it looks like a child's toy.
It's so this one's like an art piece. It's of a scraw,
Art
which is
piece?
like a toad with like crystals.
Ah. The children learn about animals from it or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have
Okay.
art here?
We weave beautiful things. We sometimes paint our faces with the light of the water sands to make ourselves visible to the gods. Is that what you mean by?
Yeah, that sounds like a very hold on.
We do sometimes carve into the trestle reeds
Mm-hmm,
to make
Oh.
images.
I'm gonna pull out my journal and start flipping through it past all the horrific bad drafts I have of Jen's just doing horrible things. Looking for a nice drawing to show them, so I'll be doing that for the next like 30 seconds to do a
Yeah,
minute.
And-
that sounds amazing and very Trestle Wake. We would love to also talk about maybe trading for some of those to take to our other destinations.
And when you pull that out and it has your doodles, your drawings,
Mhm.
his eyes open wide and he goes to touch your paper with his hand. May I?
I hand him the journal.
What is this of?
It's
I cannot
paper.
feel the things on it.
Well,
The-
as you
The carvings
have
are not raised or sunk in. It's because your pen it just goes over the top and leaves an ink layer, and there's no texture to it that you feel.
Well, as you have your carvings into reeds, we have little bits of flattened kind of parchment or paper, and we can, what we do, draw over
We-
them to
We will
display
offer a
images.
net for this.
For the
this-
whole journal?
No, just a
This-
page, right?
I don't know what for this, and he holds your journal up and he closes it for this.
I'm gonna look through my bag, see if I have any other journals. I don't think I do. I'm gonna go looking.
Have we got parchment on the ship?
I hope.
Probably.
Definitely, we chart maps and things.
Mhm.
I
Get
only
the
have
shells
one
ready
journal.
so that we can break fast and enjoy a morning feast as the sun warms us.
Yeah, and
That sounds good
you
to
know,
me.
we can trade stories now and then talk about actual trade later. And I'm gonna like casually get the journal back and hand it to Vay because I want them to
Yes.
decide if they want to trade it or not.
We can discuss trade later, of course. I should not have supposed we would go there first, but you had mentioned you were not planning on staying very long. So I felt obligated to,
Of
against
course,
my
we-
own best interests, begin a negotiation on.
We completely
What you
understand.
have.
We want to make sure that you feel you also have all of the stories and that we respect the exchange of stories as well as the trade itself. And again, Zai has that like little voice at the back of her head as she's doing it. She's like, shit, I'm not telling my mom
Fuck shit, no.
that I'm doing this shit.
Pell, bring
She
them
must
to-
never know that I was a diplomat.
This
Pell,
could
as
never
they-
reach home.
as they all gather together up here, bring them to the meal and we'll eat together. I
Yeah.
will see you at the platform.
Which platform are we going
Pell
to?
here will bring you to us.
Oh, Pell?
And Pell is another one.
The Hisk
another
that
Hisk.
met. Yeah. Is Pell the one I gave the statue to?
Yes.
Okay.
And he hands you the statue back.
No, that is our offering to friendship and future trade with you all. That is for you.
I have not given anything in return.
You have
Yes.
given us the ability to trade and to trade stories with you. That we find that very valuable.
And he looks over at the elder, and the elder kind of shakes his head with a small, like a no. And he goes, it has no value to me if it has no value to you. And he hands it back.
Art always has value, but only in the sharing. So it gains the value by me sharing it with you.
And he opens your hand, your palm. I cannot take this without recompense. But I will think of something.
I understand.
please, when you have gathered the rest, we can move to enjoy some food.
Of course. Jens, will you go down and let Malcolm know what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. It
It's
would
like
be my pleasure.
gets the most volatile of the group of the
The
platform.
one who has a track record of miscommunicating.
Yeah. No, I could definitely do that for you. All right, I'll be back, Captain. All right, I swing down Errol Flynn style on the rope over to our ship.
Swirl.
Yeah, and I head down to where Malcolm is.
Malcolm's on the ship.
Yeah.
I'm on deck.
Hey, Mal. So your hairless cousins over there, they say they're Hisk, so and they're happy to trade. And I don't think they've seen riding before. I mean, listen, I don't want to offend you by claiming that they're related to you, but all I'm passing on is that they think that they're related. They recognize you as one of them. All right. And they're open to trade and telling stories. So I guess prep your best stories because there's going to be food. And, you know, we never turn down a meal here out on the water sands. So, and it's, you know what? Can you grab as much parchment as you can carry and maybe some writing implements? Because they seem to think that shit's real, real valuable. And they are prepared to trade mucho items for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I go, below decks and grab a couple of, rolls of parchment or vellum, bottle of ink and some, a pen and some nibs. Heliodor, I don't think we're in any danger here. If you don't want to stay behind, you might as well come up with the rest of us. Eat someone else's food.
Negative, Malcolm. I do not want to risk my visions happening again.
It's been days.
Weeks.
It's been weeks.
Months? No, it hasn't been that long.
No.
Years.
Yes, we've been on this water sand.
I
There's
remember 2 years ago.
someone once told me an expression, I believe. There is tempting someone called Murphy, and then there's going up to her front door, knocking on it, then when she answered it, mooning her and running away while removing her flower beds. I don't know who Murphy is, but I'm not going to tempt it.
All right.
Now that's a good story.
We'll
It's a good story.
we'll see if we can bring you something for supper.
I'll be fine.
I'll stick the stuff in my belt pouch and and climb up. I'm wearing my cutlass.
Okay. Yeah, no one said
Just-
to not
just-
bring a weapon. You didn't hear anyone tell you not to bring a weapon.
And and also I can't be parted from the cutlass for that long. So I'm wearing my cutlass.
Do I notice the cutlass? Yeah, I'm still on deck.
Maybe.
I mean, it's not hidden, but it's also sort of
Yeah.
like part
Kind
of
of
me. Like
under part.
I'm never without it.
Oh, hey, Mal. They were pretty clear on the no weapons thing. And hey, I'm not here to judge your relationship with your hardware there. But maybe if you were a little more discreet.
No, I don't want to lie to them.
Okay, well, hey, I'm just glad that I'm not going to be the cause of an incident for once. Let's get going.
I clamber up the rope. I actually do have climbing and acrobatics and all of those things, so I'll show Jens how it's
Nice.
done.
Wow. Jens, you are surprised at the deft handiwork of Malcolm. Moves up and down up this rope way faster and better than you would have anticipated. Interesting. You get to the top, and there's this Hisk up there, hairless, mostly hairless, and he has some beads and shells on a belt and some woven sort of loincloth kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He sees you. You are from the west. You are Hisk of the West.
I'm Hisk of the Armada.
That is the large,
The greatest sailing fleet
gathering
on Harrow.
the ships of war.
And of trade, and of peace, and of hunting. It is like your village times 1,000 could sail the water sands.
And Malcolm, this is
Appreciate it.
Pell. This is Malcolm.
Great introductions, as always.
You carry a weapon.
Always.
We ask you not to bring your weapon with you. Would you like
Then-
someone to hold it for you?
No, I'll just respectfully decline your invitation.
You would not eat to carry your weapon?
My weapon is like medicine for me. If I am away from it for too long, I get sick.
Wait here one moment. And Pell walks out across the platforms and disappears into like a reed work and fades into them. And a little bit later, another Hisk comes back. And they stand near and they close their eyes. He speaks the truth. It is not like he can be away. He may bring it. You may bring your weapon. If you draw it, it will go beyond. It will be crossing a line that is not acceptable.
Understood. I am honored by the trust you place in me.
There's another coming up.
He is unwell.
We will send food back with you then.
I'm sure he'd be delighted.
Is there medicine needed?
No.
I think he has like special medicine. I'm sorry, we haven't met, and I'm just like introduce ourselves to the new his.
I am Tessar Voon.
It's a pleasure to meet you. It seems like you know about the blight. That's your thing.
Yes. The magic given by the gods, you mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
you might be interested in talking
And nobody
with...
talks about gods like that. It's like a
Right,
nod of-
Yeah, I'm just like
Magic.
I'm glossing over it, but saving it for it.
Right.
You might be very interested then in the stories that Vay and Jens here have as they both interact. I think she's not even facing you. Interact with the blight.
Malcolm can see me.
Just don't demonstrate.
Malcolm, can I get a perception check from you? This is a
Sure.
very difficult perception check.
Okay.
just say-
I will burn a level of effort then, please. 16.
There is something like you can feel the sway of the reeds, and it takes you a moment to acclimate to them.
Mhm.
But as someone who just can see movement looking at the horizon or following the stars, you feel like there's more movement than just the swaying of these reeds. It's almost imperceptible, but you feel a little something more is happening here than that. I mean, you may not be able to explain it, but you are especially perceptive to things like that.
So it's not that like the wind is picking up. It's not like a storm
No.
is coming.
No.
It's more like something like the water sands are gotten a little choppier, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the shoals may be shifting because shoals do shift and stuff. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's below the water sands kind of shifting everything a little, even with the reeds moving too.
I will try and get a read on, no pun intended, on the locals and see if anyone else has noticed or is reacting.
No one's noticed. Come, we will break fast and crack shells together.
Yeah, who's in charge?
We're meeting the elder Tesk for the breaking of shells for dinner. It's to share stories and then share trade.
Yeah, great, good. You feel that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's not. I want to make sure that's normal, because otherwise something big is coming.
You don't feel anything except the reeds moving.
Trust me.
I'm sure that they have stories to tell us that could help answer some of your questions about this lovely locale that we weren't aware of, Malcolm. It's like Zai's trying so hard to both do the diplomacy and not do the diplomacy.
Yeah. Yeah, and you are right. It is very lovely here. Let's move on. I'm starving.
And your Pell leads you through these platforms, and they kind of wind through these places. And there are places where there are nets hung with crabs and fish bones and fish cartilage, things like that. There are places where, everything is either hanging or mounted right onto a reed. Like there's just nothing else there's no flags or anything like that. Nothing lifted and flapping around in the wind. As you're walking, Pal goes, mind your step. Weight is, of course, the only truth that is on everything. And steps from different places. You can kind of see that Pell knows the weight holdingest spots along the places. The children that are kind of running on the distance, they don't seem to notice any spots. They're just like running across as if their weight is negligible to the flexibility of the reeds or what have you. And as you're walking, you see also there's a large net with bones and crabs and a couple of those are, you know them to be bones of hisk in a large net, and there are crabs that seem to be picking clean the flesh off of whatever remnants there are in there. There's not much left in there, but there's some. And you continue past that. And as you go, you get to this place where there's a platform that opens wide, and it feels more substantial than some of the others. Like maybe they layered it multiple ways and reinforced it and strengthened it. And there's probably 30 different hisk here. Many of them are gray or off-white.
But all mostly hairless.
They're all
hairless.
mostly hairless.
All hairless. Yeah.
The little bits of hair they have are like a tuft here on their head, maybe like just on the top on their palms, not their palms, on the back of their hands, things like that. But for the most part, hairless. And there's somebody there with a bunch of crabs. They're cracking the legs, and they have a piece of what looks like a carved hatchet kind of thing, and cracking the bodies and putting them into woven baskets. Our guests, please join us. We will be cracking shell. We have food and drink. We welcome you. You are on sacred ground and your ship is safe. You are safe here. And he looks over at the one that seemed to understand Blight, and there's like just an eye contact thing. They're like, he looks at your sword, and then he kind of goes past it. You are here for trade, but trade without a story that makes us less than people, does it not?
No,
Our
absolutely.
stories are the most value we have, and the thing that is both worth the most and worth nothing. Please sit and let's break our crack shells and take in some sustenance. Ukatori has blessed us with much food today.
It's very nice of them. Are you in charge?
I am
Zay is this one the one in charge?
So Elder Pesk is the one that we will be dealing with the
him.
trade. Pell is the one that we met, and he's been so kind to help us navigate to where this feast and the Elder is.
But that's that one.
Yeah.
That one's the one in charge.
Yeah.
Great.
Well,
I am the elder.
It's true.
Yeah.
If that's what you're asking.
That's what I'm asking. Can you feel the movement?
Yes, of course.
Is that normal?
I always feel the movement.
Not just the shifting of the water sands. There's something different. I mean, I'm not from here, so maybe it's the shoals or something, but this isn't just the ebb and flow of the tides.
That is Ukatori carrying us along to wherever she wishes to be.
Ukatori.
What's... Yeah. I'm crouched down.
You come from the west then, from someplace on the hard sand or the hard land.
Not me. I mean, I come from the west, but not from the land. I was raised on the water sands.
Ah. Do you wish to move here and live amongst us? We love and live the water sands too.
It's lovely, but I like the feel of a ship beneath my feet.
We have ships. We sail out.
You have
to
boats.
The east.
You have boats. We have ships.
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna find. I'm assuming at this table with the food, there's like little glasses or cups or something.
You're drinking. There are drinks, but they're in crab shells.
That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna find some crab
Delicious.
shells, and I'm gonna pour what we give like the newly turned legal drink change, chrysalis, of the true home alcohol, and be like, for all of my crew and like whoever's at the table with us, and be like, to the sharing of stories, and be like,
Yes.
and drink.
And the elder walks over to you. And he looks at what you're drinking. This is some of the material you have to trade.
Yeah. If you wanted to try, I thought you
I?
might want to try it before. Yes, here you go. to
He lifts the crab
sharing
up.
those stories.
Stuff will knock you on your ass, old man.
That's what our tails are for. And he slides
Yeah.
it back to you. Very good. Thank you for
I
that
lean to
taste.
Vay. It's like, have you ever seen Mal this rambunctious before?
Do you want the honest answer to that question or the answer that'll make you feel better?
Yeah,
Maybe. There's your
maybe.
Maybe.
Great. Yep, I feel a deep sense of unease from that answer. Thank you.
And I think Zai would start the story off like pouring a little bit for those around her from the True Home alcohol, including like the Elder again, so that people can try the wares, so that maybe it's a little bit more
Yeah,
valuable in trade
get
because
shared
they
around.
want it. I think she's gonna pull out again that same Skra like little figurine, but she's gonna add telling a story to it. She's gonna set it on the table and tell a story about how when they were younger they came across one of the hatcheries of the Scraw where it's like all the little like tadpole with the killer teeth and the scariness and like how just like a whole story about like the Great Oasis and like making sure to describe it like because they are obviously on the water sands, they're not on the land, so like describing all of the like mushrooms and stuff and
as
the
you tell these
waterfalls.
stories, they have an odd series of questions that comes out of them. Like, it seems like they want to know when it moves or when it travels. And when they mean it, they mean like the whole place. Like, when do you leave that place for the next? When does your land move? And when does it find the next place you should be at? So you don't deplete where you were.
It doesn't move. It just grows.
You are so few that you don't deplete the resources of your land, of your home.
The resources continue to grow. New ones grow where old
Like the
were
reeds.
harvested. Yes.
Like the trestle reeds, they just continue growing at.
Yeah, but many different things growing all at the same time.
So crabs.
Well, I don't know about crabs, but Scraw and she'll point to the little weird toad thing that exists. And she'll name a couple other different animals. And tons of plants. Kind of like your reeds, but also different.
I'm gonna hand Zai my journal that has sketches of plants
Thank God!
specifically in it. Not animals, just
definitely
plants,
interested in-
but
They're definitely interested in seeing your journals whenever you pull those out.
Yeah,
I'll rip them out and hand them after the papers, not the journal.
I'll lay out the pictures and like kind of start like telling them about them, kind of in a story way, but also in a like this is this kind of way, and this is how what we use and.
Nice.
As you're sitting, one thing you notice is that there are what you think are lanterns like mounted at the tops of some of the reeds, and they're full of blippers, but they're not glowing because it's day. Most of them aren't glowing at daytime. But it seems like that's how they get their light at night, as they use the blippers in containments.
Makes sense.
And the elder walks around and eats and tells stories of this place. And one thing that comes across interestingly is he mentions that on their maps they've come across many places of interest over the years. And as they've moved on, they've found countless places that seem to be remnants of the days before, or of places that were maybe different places than they should be, or times. And you know that when you see these islands show up, sometimes they feel very out of place. Like everything about them seems wrong for the world. And it seems like he's trying to explain that in a way, but doesn't quite have the words to do it where it's clear.
I think realizing that Zai will kind of like try and gently help him find the words, because I think if we've been on the water sands long enough to like interact with a few of these places, I think Zai would like ask questions that maybe prompt him to find his way to them.
Yes, and when we've marked them on our maps as they've faded away, we've been able to accept that they were not meant to remain. Very few places out here stay for very long.
GM, what are their maps made of?
You haven't seen one.
Oh, okay, good point.
Very few places in the watersheds do stay. We have risen islands. Our people have stories of risen islands, and the she's trying to frame it in a way not to be like you dumb, but instead to be like, you know, our people tell stories of risen islands that do this thing, but they're where we are from. The land, it does stay. It doesn't need to move or go away.
That seems like such a dull life to always remain in the same place.
I mean, that's why people are on boats and ships like us, to come trade with you.
But then you leave your families and your friends.
And then we always come back to them.
Do you?
Sometimes.
We're lucky.
Zai's
Yes,
internally
you're lucky.
screaming because of the conversation she had with her mom before she left.
There's an old story, actually,
Oh God.
about leaving one's home and then going on a great journey and then coming back again and finding that it's not quite the same place as you left, but that's not because it changed, that's because you changed. And there's something beautiful in that. See, it all started when this very, very short kelf named Dodo found sort of a magical bracelet. It kind of was bound to the blight in a way. And then his friend, who was an Icean named Randolph, a really tall Icean, he came in, and with a bunch of his other kelp friends, he was able to go across the water sands into this great sort of it's almost like a volcano thing. You know, have you heard of a volcano? And then it's just sort of like a land of fire and rock. And there he had to dispose of the bracelet because of the great temptations. And then he was able to sail back and then, you know, found his home again amongst the other kelfs and people, but it wasn't quite the same, you know. But there was something beautiful in that because he himself had changed. You know,
They're taking the elves, or they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Isengard.
I'm not familiar with that saying. This is a completely original story that my family told to me. Yeah.
I've never heard it.
Zai pours herself a little bit more alcohol.
And the elder walks over as you're pouring and puts out a shell.
Yep, just pours him some too.
I wish to
Anyway,
see if
there's
this
another
knocks me on
great
my
story
tail.
that I have.
I'm gonna pull Jens aside. Jens, take a look at these drawings. I need your feedback on some of the anatomy, and I'm just gonna start going through
Okay.
my journal, picture by picture,
Sure.
asking.
How do they react to my
completely-
story? Do they like my story?
They do. They love the story.
Yeah.
There's none of them show any level of boredom or a desire for the storytelling to end at all.
Of course not. It's a goddamn
From
classic.
children to the elder.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
as we eat, like Zai will tell some of the like stories she was told as a child, just like probably like, you know, the kind of stories you tell a kid,
Mhm.
and like will maybe like prompt Malcolm to be like, tell a story of a great hunt or a great thing that you were on, and yeah, Mostly try to keep them away from Jen.
I'm distracting him
well.
with the drawing anatomy. It's fun.
I think that's
who are you
wild. They liked
distracting
my
with the
story. You're
drawing?
pulling me away from it.
Who are
They
you?
liked one. They
Who are
could
you
go
showing
really
your
bad.
drawings to?
What?
To Jens.
To Jens.
To Jens,
I'm pulling him away and asking him ludicrous questions about Kelf anatomy.
I say, hey, listen, if you need a reference point, absolutely. I take my shirt off. So these things, these are the abdominals. I mean, you're a Kelf. What are you talking about, Vay?
How long it took him to say that? I can't see myself, Jens.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Just get me from good angles, okay? Sketch away. I'm just doing various, like,
Sketch me
poses.
for my good side.
Yeah.
Turn slightly thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the,
Draw me like one of your
Maybe you're-
Carabundian Kelf.
Yeah.
one of
That's
the
it.
comes to the elder with, it looks like some of the reed cut off, and then the ends look like they're closed off, and there's a carved hole in one end and then another one in another. And he says, would you like to experience your dreams rather than tell us?
Oh, that's interesting.
This isn't a custom we're familiar with.
Ah,
Yeah, sure. Zai's like, again, the diplomacy part of her is like, I do not want to insult them. This seems like a tradition thing of theirs.
and then this reed is brought to you, and it's got all these things carved in the side of it. It's very ornate. This is art. This is their art, it seems. And in the holes on both ends, there seem to be little places where, like, a bioluminescence is kind of floating out. He says, the person you wish to share your story with, you breathe in together and you will share the dream.
Yeah, Zai, go ahead. That sounds so up your alley.
Yeah,
I will
Totally,
share a
only-
dream with you if you wish.
yeah, sure. Zai will do her best to like pick something that's very not necessarily wholesome, but like shows what she's been trying to explain, where like some of the land masses don't
Oh.
move, but they don't need to because they grow and replenish
Okay.
themselves, and that there's still community. Like maybe like the one of the celebrations or the dances that the Chrysalis have.
So he puts his nose over one end of the pipe of the reed, and he turns it to you and just breathe deep. Are you ready?
Yep.
And he breathes deep. And as your nose comes away, there's all this bioluminescence floating into the air. And for a minute, nothing happens at all. And then suddenly it's like an overwhelming sensation of like you're in your own vision and it's kind of walking past you, like it's moving past you. And you're seeing all these places that you remember seeing, and you experience them. You see the drawing of the island made to you that was given to you when you first left. And you then start seeing things of like this old man, this old hisk, diving into the water sands with a reed, or not a reed, like a rope tied around him, and he goes down and he's floating like under the water, and people aren't buoyant like that, but he seems to be, and he is pulling along along the ground, but the ground doesn't look like sand. It looks like bumpy and rough, like rock or something, and you feel it moving and pulling, and his hand touches it. You feel it move like flesh. A hard flesh, but a flesh. And there are places where like tentacles with teeth come up and scratch at him, at you, because you share it. And then suddenly you're sitting back here and you have cuts on your hands, and he looks at you and he goes, I know where that place is.
I'm assuming because I also saw it that I understand he's saying I know where that place is. He means the island we're looking for. Right?
You can assume
That's
that.
like a logical leap I could make.
That's the one you didn't travel to yet.
No, that's where we're heading.
I see.
Is that one of the places that you all travel to on Ukatori?
No one else here has been near it, but I have seen it from a distance.
How long ago have you seen it from a distance if no one else here has?
About, and he looks up at the sky, like he's counting. About 70-ish years ago, maybe a few more. I was young at that time.
I'm assuming if we travel there, you would like stories of it?
If you were to bring stories back, we would gladly share them. That Ukatori blessed us by bringing us past it once to see the island of the crystal.
And like putting together Ukatori and the vision that he shared with me of going down, touching the thing is a living thing.
Make me a perception check.
Oh God.
Jens, could you
See if
please
you
make
recognize
another
it.
360 and just thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a 13.
Yeah, you felt it. It felt like it was something alive, and it felt you too. It felt like it scratched at you. You felt Ukatori with me.
Yeah.
The blessed I see on your hand. It is giving you a mark.
Yeah, bless, and I'm gonna agree with him openly, and then like look at my hands and like make eye contact with Malcolm. Like I figured out the thing you had a question about. Yeah, I does it often the shared dreams affect in the reality?
If you are so blessed, not everyone receives a blessing every time, but sometimes you are blessed by it, and you feel Ukatori marking you as one of its arms has found you and gave you that.
Well, I'm very honored by the marking. And I think Zai's gonna do her best to like continue the conversation normally, like, and wow, what is this crab? It's delicious, and here's another story. But like again, make eye contact with Malcolm wherever he's sitting and be like, I know
And
something
as you're
slightly
sitting, you start to
terrifying.
get a little nauseous. There is sometimes a side effect. I can see you're feeling a little unwell. It will pass in a couple of hours.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it
it's
could be
worth
that.
it.
It could be the alcohol.
It is not the alcohol.
Wide open sights, like
7 drinks in.
And he puts a crab shell out if you'd like to pour more, and
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
drinks a
just
little more.
making
It's
sure to
definitely not the
share
alcohol.
sharing it with whoever wants it. Obviously not the children, but like whatever adult hisks want it.
And he looks at Juve and he goes, "May I see those things you've made in that box?"
Well, which ones do you want to see? I'll walk over and
How-
open it and kind of flip
How
through them
did you
slowly.
carve them in so they're so gently carved and yet so clear.
Yeah, you can see all of my veins. It's wild.
I produced some vellum and some parchment that I brought up from the ship, and a bottle of ink, and a pen, and a nib, and slide them towards Vay.
We thought as part of our trade you might be interested in the tools of vase craft, this art.
And he picks up a
Journal
sheet.
away.
They're sheets or the
parchment.
rolls. I guess they're rolls of vellum. No, rolls of vellum.
The-
They're rolls of parchment.
Yeah, both. I mean, parchment and vellum both.
Combination. I would have
Yeah,
brought
got stored.
parchment on board anyway, so.
Yeah. Vellum is sturdier, but, we can spare some of it.
How does this? We live on the water. Is this safe for the water, or is it something that will absorb and take it all in?
Parchment will take in water eventually. Vellum is pretty sturdy. Vellum is the skin of an animal that's been treated.
It can be in water. You don't want it in water for long.
Then it would not be of use here. We are always among the water sands. But you said this one will hold up against.
Yeah, vellum's
Better,
meant for
certainly,
ships and
yes.
being on the
Mhm.
water, so.
And when you mark them, you don't leave an impression. You leave like octopus ink or something.
Yes.
Well,
and
a very small impression into which the ink
Very-
flows.
Huh.
It's a small, yes, it's an impression using what you would say is octopus ink, yes, or various other minerals that are not common among the sands.
minerals, berries,
Berries, not
yeah.
so common anymore, but yes, berries.
And he
Blood.
waves back at someone.
Blood!
Blood.
I mean, I've heard. I don't know.
blood will
Only
wash
in,
away.
only,
the
only in
salt water.
desperation. It also
Desperation.
it clots. It's really the
It
worst.
does.
It's not a great implement.
No, but in a pinch.
Yeah,
And,
it works.
and he waves to somebody, and a few of the hisk that were enjoying food, they step away for a bit, and they come back with some wrapped woven material, like a cloth, and they open it up, and it looks like giant seed pods, maybe this big, with it looks like a rope hanging down, but it's obviously more natural than that. And there's carvings in the sides of them, not deep, but they're there all the way around. And he says, the others too. And they bring some other things. There are what look like some kind of maybe like reed spears, but just stupidly long, like longer than the ship.
Those are those would be impractical on our vessel. What do you use them for?
You can plant them into the shoals, and they will hold fast for quite a while. If you need to
They're
above the water and wait for a bit.
anchor points.
And that they bring more, and there's some kind of cloaks or something that seem like they're made maybe of fish skin or scales or something. He goes, you can wear these tight, and they will give you good protection in the waters against the cold or the warm, if it's either too much of one.
Do you
also-
hunt? Do you have hunting nets? In where I come from, there are round nets with claws or hooks or fishbone or what have you at the edges of them that are designed to be thrown a short distance.
Yes, of course. We use very many. We use nets of all kinds. And he waves over them, bring nets. We are, of course, as far as we've seen from the nets from where you come from,
Mm-hmm.
your nets are considerably less sturdy and flexible. So we would see these as a very high value trade item, just so you know that.
Understood.
And the nets come out, and they are spectacularly strong and flexible nets. Nothing like you've ever seen. The hooks on them are mostly fishbone or cartilage in some cases. Some are really large too, like incredibly large. And some of the hooks do something you haven't seen, which is they splay out into like a fan all around a center point.
Throw it a little bit differently, but
We
good work.
they can even catch the eels that seem to slip past other kinds of hooks. They are, and the points on them are very sharp. We take pride in our network, our net making and our weaving, and they are really, they're one of our prides. You also see in all this pile there is something that looks like a cloth, and but it looks like there's some kind of art woven into it.
Okay. What's that?
And he turns and he picks up. This should not have been here. He says, "No, no," and he hands it to one of the others. I apologize for retracting something from a trade basket. It should not have been in there. It was an accident.
It happens. It's all right. No offense taken.
Can I get an intellect check from you? Actually, it would be your navigation skill.
Navigation. All right.
Yep.
What the hell? I'll burn a level of effort.
Man, you got multiple of those?
Level of effort? I mean, I can.
Oh,
Sure. You do
You
too.
just burn it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Forgot they're not limited.
you know what? I'm going to burn an experience point to re-roll that because that was a 4.
Okay.
That was a 4. So I would like to try that again. Well, it's a little better. It's a 13.
You are 70% sure
Mm.
that whatever he rolled up and put back was some kind of a map. But not a map like any you've seen. You recognize the telltale signs of a map, but it doesn't look like a map that you would have ever recognized without it having been open for a little bit before it was re-rolled and moved off.
Elder Tesk, do you ever move towards my lands, my homeland?
We move where Ukatori chooses to go.
So it would be useful to you if Ukatori took you that way, for you to know something of the safe routes and major cities and other things you might encounter over that way.
The waters seem to deepen very much between here and the west, and Ukatori rarely wishes to go to places like that.
Mm. Understood. Open water is scary.
Their 5 arms can feel the ground of every direction and can point to the direction it chooses, and we can feel it if it goes very deep. We have a rough moment where we are just left to the tops of the reeds and lose a lot of what's underneath. Although we do have boats that will sometimes go into the deeper waters for a bit. It has been something that has interested us at some points to maybe go and travel west like you do here
to the east. I would be interested in knowing something of what lies beyond us to the east, and I would be happy to share information as to what lies beyond you to the west, if that is something of a trade that you would be interested in.
I think that maybe I would like to think on that overnight.
You may.
Would it be okay? Will you be able to stay that long? I know you were in a rush to leave.
No, I think we can stay. I just want to make you unaware that because of the talents that Vey has and the tools that we have, we would not be removing maps from your possession. We would be gathering information from them, making copies of them. Similarly, you would not be depriving us of ours.
You can weave?
We don't have to weave. We can transfer the images in other ways.
I'll consider that. Then, since you'll be here through the night, we should drink harder and more. And he yells at them, not yells, he gestures them. We will be drinking harder today. This is a day of celebration. We have friends staying for longer than just the time of trading and negotiations. Bring the
Someone
smoke
should,
too.
By all means. Someone should check on Heliodor and let him know what's going on.
Jens, that sounds like a great
And
task
all of
for
that
you.
starts to come to arrive. Heliodor, down in on the ship, you see there are what look like young, maybe children, Hisk, sitting on the reeds, bend, never on the ship, but near the ship, kind of watching, and they'll walk across, and sometimes they'll wave at you. Do you speak languages that we would know?
I would say so, Heliodor says as he returns their wave.
We have heard that you are sick, that you are ill. Will you pass illness on to us? Are we far enough away?
Laughs. You could say I'm sick, but no, it does not pass on to others that way. Or at least not that I've seen.
Are you sick from your mind? Is your mind...
Are you sick in the head?
It's your mind, right?
Heliodor looks a little uncertain about what to say.
We have food coming for you.
You have my gratitude.
Are you... Do you drink strongly?
I don't like drink that interferes with my facilities. I prefer just basic water or what have you.
Water? Ew. It has sand in it.
Above game, we actually have water in this world, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to get, but it's we
It
have it.
exists.
Well,
Somewhere.
I basically drink the equivalent of that. But I say not that kind of water. There's a few other types out there, though it is very rare. But I don't drink liquor as a rule.
And a couple more come down, and they have, it looks like baskets, and they move very deftly across these reeds, and they kind of step in ways that make it sort of, the reeds both bend but also slide towards the ship, and they just sort of gently slide a couple baskets onto the side of the ship. That should suffice to get you fed. How come they say that you've gotten sick? How did you get sick? If you're a hisk, we don't. You're generally. We don't get sick that much. It's almost impossible. We're blessed here. Are you not? Have you not been blessed by Ukatori?
I tilt my head to the side. Ukatori?
You're one of the unknowings. You don't know of Ukatori. You should meet Ukatori and be blessed.
Heliodor frowns sadly and says, I'm not sure that's a good idea for anyone. I do thank you for the food, though. And I pick up the basket and then I'm going to go below decks.
He must be very sick if he has to stay below in that hole. You'll miss the sun. The sun is up. It's warm and it. Okay. What do you do below deck after you? And when you open the basket, there's crab meat and some things like clams, shellfish, that kind of stuff, oysters, other crustaceans for the most part. No fish.
I mainly just sit down on my bedroll and I just try to get some meat. And I'm still rubbing my head a little bit because I'm very worried about my powers acting up, especially in this place.
And I hop in. I'm popping down to check out Heliodor. Hey, Heel.
And
Hey,
see
holding up,
along
buddy.
the edge of the ship, there's all these children hisk, sort of just balancing on the reeds, and they're swaying in the wind, and just it's kind of amazing how they just sort of stand on them and they just move with it.
Hey there, kids.
You're the entertainer.
I am indeed. Jen's Pulsar at your service. Y'all want to see a magic trick?
Yes, all the entertainment you have.
All right, let's get it going. I put on a show, acrobatics, juggling, throwing around. And in the meantime, but before I do that, it's like, just give me 1 second. I call down to Heliodor. It's like, hey, Heliodor, how you doing?
He's ill. He doesn't wish to spread illness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's usually me when I eat something that disagrees with me as well. I'm going to go check on him. I head down, and what do I see Heliodor doing?
Eating on the bedroll, on his bedroll.
Hey there. Not feeling up to joining the rest of us? I'm worried about you.
Heliodor gets a strange look on his face, and then he looks at Jens and says, have you used any of your abilities since we've gotten here?
Yeah. Why?
They didn't react at all to you being a blight singer?
Scott, did they? I mean, I was juggling blight.
Not negatively. They seem to
like,
find it interesting and kind of exciting.
No, they liked it. I think they were just interested in seeing something new. You know, they didn't have any kind of negative feeling about it. Is that what you're worried about? You worried about other people's perception of you?
Not their perception. And for the first time in a very long time, Heliodor drifts back to his memories of being a child and of a cacophony of noise he once dealt with that made him run and start running and keep running. And as this echoes through his head, he says, I'd rather avoid a repeat of past incidents.
Oh, all right, suit yourself. I think y'all should just know that, listen, we don't know enough about these hairless hisk to really make a call one way or the other. Oh yeah, they're all. You probably noticed all the kids. It's not a disease. They just ain't got that much hair.
I figured.
Yeah, they're the hisk of the shoals, they say. You know, but you're among friends here. You know, we got your back if anything goes south.
Thank you, Jens. I appreciate that.
Wow, it's the first time I ever heard a thank you from you. Must be my lucky day. All right, I'll leave you alone. I got children to entertain. And I go back up. All right, kids, who wants to see me do a backflip?
Cue ship exploding.
Yeah. All right,
On
here we
the
go.
ship or
Here we
off
go.
the ship?
On the ship. This is a bigger ship, so it's easy.
Yeah.
Directly in the middle.
Right, stay to
As
the
much
middle.
space as possible.
I'm gonna burn. Do I just drop my? What do I drop in my intellect or drop in my speed or might?
What are you trying to do?
What do you?
Trying to give myself an edge on this.
So you would drop your speed less. So you're going to drop your speed 3 points less your edge.
Less your edge. Okay.
Do you have a if you have a,
I don't
I'm
have a
assuming-
speed edge.
Okay, then it's just going to be 3 points.
Okay. All right. Cool. And now to roll. That's a 7.
The kids are very polite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait for the face plant.
There's like a slow clap.
I just jump in the air and then land back down.
It doesn't
Right.
even come back.
Ta-da! Yeah. Hey, you know what? Acrobatics ain't my forte. How about I tell y'all some stories?
Yes, that's stories.
And I have that'll be an intellect and a social, so
Oh,
whoop.
boy.
Oh, yeah. And I am trained. And that was a 15.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you have them enthralled. This is now you realize what they really wanted was to hear the stories of places they've never been and people.
There's
they've
an
never
old
known
story
of.
from where I grew up about a little y'all know what a water sands jackal is? Yeah. Well, this was a very particular kind of jackal. His name was Brer Jackal.
Oh my gosh.
And he had a whole host of other friends, but he was always coming into conflict with this grower of things. And he said, I'm going to throw you straight into the hatch. And Brer Jackal says, no, please don't throw me into the hatch, please. And so eventually he throws him into the hatch, but that's exactly what he wanted because then Brer Jackal could eat all of those little wigglers that he could. And he was satisfied. And just goes to show, kids, sometimes being clever will win out over brute strength or speed. And if someone's got one up on you, it's important to think on your feet. Just like this. And I tried to do a backflip again.
Oh my god.
Is
And
that it?
that's- Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Okay. You
It's
do a
better.
backflip and land on your knees and hands, not quite on your feet only, but you get the flip over.
Yeah.
Pretty
and I go,
close, pretty close.
"Ooh," and that's
And
how
they-
you
they
do it.
clap, They clap, but it seems they're probably clapping more for the story than the flip. But
Shit's
Yeah.
on fire.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I'm bleeding through my pants. I skinned my knees.
You hit a
Eh.
nail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right through the patella.
Is
You-
that a good point to zoom out on at this point?
Yeah.
Your
I
friend
like
could
it.
probably heal up with contacting Ukatori would probably clear his mind.
Ukatori. Yeah. I think I need to talk to somebody more about that.
You don't know
Mhm.
Ukatori either?
No, we're
How do you get
strangers to it, but
blessings?
okay.
How do you get
Who do we go to
blessings, then?
seek out the blessings of Ukatori?
You've never heard of Ukatori.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
you should be blessed. It's a beautiful moment. And we could show you if you'd like. Maybe all you have to do is use a bob and go to the depths, and you'll
me.
find Ukatori.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'll have to think about that. And I just keep that in my mind to tell to the other crew.
And while you entertain the children, I think this is a good place to break. And we will see you all next week. Why don't we go around, say who everyone is, where they can be found, once more. And why don't we start with you, Jens?
All right. Hey there. This has been Marlon Dance-Hooi, playing Jens, the Kelf Blightslinger who rides the Blight, entertainer of children, failer of backflips. You can find me wherever all good voiceovers are sold. There's Scuttle's going to drop the link there. I got a few projects coming up, but I am always available for hire. So if you got a cartoon that you need voiced, or a spicy romance, or really anything else, just hit me up. You know where to find me. And that's it. I will yield the floor.
All right. Heliodor.
Hi, it's me, Crest. Pronounce he, him. I play Heliodor, the Icy his Blightsinger who awakens dreams. Yeah, I've been pretty quiet. I'm going to figure out what's going on before next session, hopefully.
All it takes is a little love from Ukatori, and then you'll be
Clearly, yeah. That's the answer.
all right. Zai.
Hi, I play Zai. I'm Kayla, justkay, DM wherever you want to find me on the web, which you can do using that Linktree link that Scott dropped. Check out all the crazy stuff I'm in. I'm always in more things and publishing more things because I do not sleep. I do not know what this strange thing is. And I am also realizing that the way Zai's body works, she is permanently marked by Ukatori because she's cracked opal, so anytime she gets an injury, it's the sparkly, shiny under that stays through her.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's totally not gonna have any repercussions later.
You know,
0 issues. I have no idea why you're so worried.
All right. Vay.
I am Jayke. I play Vay. You can find me in various projects across the internet coming up before next session, I just realized. I am releasing a TTRPG engine, which will be freely available under Creative Commons for anyone to use, behind no paywalls, yada, 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 and a video game version of it coming out sometime in upcoming March. Other than that, you can find all my other weird projects like
Wow.
D&D 5e Homebrew and other whatever I did last year that I don't remember on my site. Thank you very much.
All right. And Malcolm.
Hi, folks. I'm Alex Newman. I play Malcolm Keel, the Pisk who wields a blighted weapon. Before our next session, please join me Thursday night at 8 o'clock on the new network, where I go up against Dungeon Master Kelly White in the Dungeon Masters Challenge with celebrity guest Matt Fink from Prince and the Revolution.
Sounds amazing.
All right.
All right. We will see you next week. In 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
And mics are cold.